is our snake pit.
Welcome in, everybody, to the 2023 Indoor Football League football season. Welcome to the Snake Pit, the home of the Arizona Rattlers. It's the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix, everybody. And tonight, it's Game 3 of the football season for the Rattlers. After falling short of the championship game in 2022, there's a lot for this team to prove as they begin a new campaign, begin a new season, and they've already begun this campaign with a 1-1 record. Opened the season with a victory at Quad City. That was against the runners-up in the league last year. And then they went on the road to the San Francisco vicinity, Bay Area, the Panthers, who came away with a 1-point win over the Arizona Rattlers. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Floyd Simmons, and I am joined by the three-time Super Bowl champion right here, Dale Hellestrey, with us on the broadcast as we kick off the 2023 season. Dale, this Arizona Rattlers team is always going to be in the mix. And this year, the standards, the expectations of Kevin Guy and his guys is no less the standard.
No, they never change here with Kevin Guy as the head coach. The one thing that does change is players. You're going to have new players each and every year. This league likes to stay young, which means there's going to be new players each and every year, and we're going to see that tonight.
Going to see that, exactly. And one of the big names that we're looking for is Uric Jones, the defensive lineman who came to Arizona this season from the Northern Arizona Wranglers, the league champions. He is going to suit up on that defense for Kevin Guy and the Rattlers tonight. That's a big storyline, but perhaps the biggest one, of course, is the absence of the MVP, the starting quarterback. That's Drew Powell. We're going to get to that discussion. We'll talk with head coach Kevin Guy in just a moment. You see him on your screen right there as we get ready, and now the national anthem.
What so proud they wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
There is simply no better show in professional sports than an Arizona Rattlers football game in downtown Phoenix. And what a wonderful job on the national anthem. I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Kevin Guy, the multi-championship winning head coach and Hall of Famer, before tonight's game, and get his ideas on a team that is, let's just face it, the injury bug has bitten this Rattlers team. Let's get Coach Guy's thoughts as they get ready to take on the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Coach Guy, let me start where everybody is starting. Everybody wants to know about this team without Drew Powell. The MVP, the reigning MVP, is out. He's out for a while. Talk about the team's rising up in his absence.
Well, we got a lot of winners in this locker room, and we always find a way. So, you know, Drew's done a great job playing for us. Raina's going to get the shot tonight, and, you know, we signed him for a reason. We got a lot of confidence in him. I think the players have a lot of confidence in him.
Coach Guy, you want to share anything with us about what might have been changed in the game plan with Raina at the helm?
Well, they just have two different skill sets, you know, so we're not going to call the plays, you know, necessarily the same way, but, you know, there's other ways to win, too. Your defense has got to step up, your special teams got to step up, and receivers got to get out there and play hard. So, you know, I like this team. You know, we got a lot of injuries right now, a lot, most I've ever had in 20 years, but we'll be there in the end.
Well, those injuries have also plagued your receiving core. You're down a little bit on the outside. How does that affect tonight's game?
Well, we got 3. So we're down to 3. You got a small roster, and when guys start falling down, we just had a lot of injuries at that position. So when they start going down like that, you know, it's pretty thin, and you're locked in with the rules. So, but we'll figure it out. We'll find a way out.
Coach, you've had a lot of changes for 2023, a lot of different personnel out there now on defense. You have a couple of returning veterans. You know, Day-Day's back, Devontae Merriweather, Dylan Winfrey back there in your secondary. However, you've had to plug some holes with new guys, but you've got Uric Jones, a big guy up front. How does he impact your team's defense?
Well, we didn't play well last week. We got him in 4th down 5 times. We only got him off the field once, and we made some changes. We made 3 changes on defense, and we got after some people this week. So I look for them to come out and respond.
One of the early spots for your team seems to be, one of the great spots seems to be special teams. You made some plays on that side of the ball.
Yeah, Coach Jernigan's always done a nice job with the special teams since he's been here, but you know, it's a work in progress, just like offense and defense. We're trying to get better week to week, but you know, the last 2 games we allowed 4 extra points on the field. We got to make sure we get our points tonight.
All right, Coach, Rattler Nation is looking for something big in 2023. Are you looking big too?
I've been looking big for, you know, I've been looking for something big for the last few years. So we need to finish. No doubt.
All right, Coach. Good luck.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks.
Coach Guy's in pretty good spirits to start this one off. Let's see if he stays that way against this Tucson Sugar Skulls team. The Rattlers come in at 1-1. My name is Floyd Simmons, joined again by Dale Hellestray here on the play-by-play call in the booth. And Dale, Coach Guy talking about the need for this team to rally around the fact that their MVP quarterback is going to be sidelined for a while.
I've been through it a lot of times. You know, everybody says next guy up. Well, sometimes that next guy up steps up. Sometimes he doesn't. It's going to be fascinating to see how this team responds this evening against the Sugar Skulls.
Well, Dale Hellestray joining me this broadcast season, our very good friend, the Hall of Famer, the Ring of Honor man himself, the great Cedric Bonner is not with us on the broadcast this year. Cedric, I know you're out there, and I know you're watching and listening, brother, and we miss you a lot. But we do have a new member of the team in the booth and a new member of our team down on the field as well, and that is Sandy Charles, who joins us now. Sandy, welcome to the Arizona Rattlers in 2023.
Thank you, Floyd. So excited to be here. It is crazy down here. The crowd is ready. But like you mentioned, the Rattlers are going to be without 3-time MVP Drew Powell. It is all about Jorge Reyna tonight. Last year, he's going to get the start. All eyes on him. Last year, he was with San Diego, his rookie season. In just 8 games, he threw for over 1,300 yards with 28 touchdowns. Now, his sophomore season with the Rattlers, he's only had 2 weeks to prepare for this moment. Now, he does have a different skill set. He is a gunslinger. I talked with head coach Kevin Guy about this, and he told me they're going to adjust to see how Reyna gets comfortable. He also told me Reyna's confident, and he has the confidence of the huddle. Now, when Reyna was asked by media how he's feeling, he told them, "I'm always ready." Floyd?
Well, we're all going to get ready. The season is getting underway here at home anyway. The Rattlers with a victory to start the season at Quad City, the defending runners-up in the IFL. And tonight, taking a 1-1 record following about 2 weeks ago, the loss on the road at Bay Area, the 1-point loss. Getting ready to take on these Tucson Sugar Skulls. Welcome in, everybody. The coin toss won by Tucson. They deferred, and the Rattlers will receive the opening kick. And we're underway in downtown Phoenix. The ball at the goal line, fielded by Dylan Winfrey, and Dylan escaping and getting his way across midfield inside the Tucson 20. They'll mark him at the 19-yard line. And we are underway with this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football on the IFL's YouTube channel, and also those of you watching on WTSM TV, the streaming channel as well. Welcome into our broadcast, everybody. Dale, there's your start. A pretty good special teams return for Dylan Winfrey.
One way to help your backup quarterback, special teams. Great return, great field position. Let's see if they can pay this off.
So there's the guy filling in some pretty big shoes. Number 11, Jorge Reyna. Pump fake, looking downfield, takes his time, finds the open receiver at the 10-yard line, and that will be a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. The Arizona Rattlers take it in. I have that as Isaiah Scott coming across the receiver, bringing it in and getting to pay dirt for the touchdown.
Really nice job by that offensive line. Look at the time that he has to throw the football, completes it late across the middle, and Scott does the rest. One of those big receivers that Coach Guy's like over all these years. Scott comes in at 6'3", 230 pounds, and can really make people miss.
Quick strike for the Rattlers. And now Craig, the leg, Peterson will come on to attempt the point after out of a hold from Braxton Haley. The long snapper is Justin Thomas. And the point after is successful, and the Rattlers get out to a 7-0 lead here with 13:34 on the clock in the first quarter. We welcome you into the first home broadcast, first home game of the season for the Rattlers on a brand new field. As you watch Jorge Reyna go to work again, and he just bought some time back there. He had plenty of poise and confidence in the pocket, Dale, and he found his guy, and he picked that defense apart perfectly.
Usually you don't have that much time in this league. He bought a little extra going out to his right. Offensive line did a really nice job. Great return, pay it off. First pass is a touchdown, and then don't bypass it too much. The extra point was good. Peterson under a little bit of pressure this week. 4 missed extra points in the first 2 games, and that's something that the Rattlers are keeping an eye on.
The other thing that they're keeping an eye on is their defense, because this is the defensive squad did not play up to, let's just say, the standards that Coach Guy might prescribe for them in their loss at Bay Area. 16 missed tackles in that game alone. That's 4 missed tackles a quarter, and Dale, no defense can sustain that for very long.
And remember, they only lost by 1 point. So many things went into that. I asked Coach Guy, what is a bad missed tackle game? He said 4 or 5. So just think of the number of missed tackles that they had in their last game.
Here's the kick that will sail out of bounds. That is going to go out, and that'll bring the ball out for the Tucson Sugar Skulls to the 25-yard line. That'll be great field position for Tucson to begin the game. Some rules changes that you want to pay attention to. The primary one to me is the change regarding, and the ball does come to the 20, pardon me on that, but Dale, the change regarding the deuce, something that you could only do in the final minute of a half of football previous to this year, and now they've made it just wide open. You can kick a deuce, which means on a kickoff, if you can nail it through the field goal, the uprights, you get 2 points out of it. That's a huge change in this league that is all about bringing excitement to the fans. And on the first offensive play for Tucson, the quarterback, Ramon Atkins, who had such a great year last year for Duke City, will bring it out to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play for Atkins. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Tucson.
Watch the penetration by Chris Terrell there, 6'3", 275 pounds, explodes upfield, really hits 2 guys and disrupts that play, allows the other Rattler players to get around the football.
2nd down. Atkins puts them in motion. Ramon is going to try to dump it out here to the near side, and his intended receiver was Mike Jones. Jones, the great running back who led everybody in touchdowns last year in the IFL. This guy is a scoring machine, but overall just the prototypical great runner in the IFL. And that's incomplete. It brings up 3rd down and 10.
Keep an eye on Salim Brightwell, number 39, starting for the first time for the Rattlers this season. 6 foot, 220 pounds. And when you're known as a thumper, as a linebacker, believe me, that's a good thing.
Under 12 minutes here on the clock in the first quarter. Atkins, he pump faked it. I don't think he was trying to fake it. He just kind of held onto the ball to the last second. Almost came out of his hands, really. 8-yard gain, though, by Atkins as he saw it open up in front of him. And he'll take it there, and it will be short. 4th down and a couple to go. And we'll see if that Rattlers defense can get a big early stop in this game.
Remember this, they had 5 4th down situations last game, couldn't get off the field, but one time, right there, Ramon Atkins, 6'4", 225 pounds, tough to get on the ground.
So a big play. We'll see if the big guy on the short side of the field, Uric Jones, figures in on this fourth down play. Throw down the right sideline. This one is going to be underthrown, but I believe the catch is made. It is made. What a terrific haul in by Carrington Thompson as he saw the football. The defender was blindside. He could not see the ball. His back to it. And a nice job by Carrington to reach back, somehow haul that thing in for the touchdown.
Really gutsy call by Tucson. You run a pump and go, 4th and 2. Those Rattler defenders are gonna jump the route, thinking you're going for the first time. To see that acrobatic catch, reaching over the back and doing a tremendous job bringing the ball in.
They don't make catches much better than that one right there, but the kick is going to be wide right for the Sugar Skulls. So the Arizona early lead will stand for a moment anyway. It's Arizona 7, Tucson 6 in this IFL matchup. Thanks for joining us from the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix. We'll be back in a moment to continue this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football.
Meet Carl.
Sup?
Ever since he was a little boy, Carl dreamed of being baseball's greatest outfielder. There was only one problem. Carl, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service in the excitement of same-game parlays like taking the over, picking the winner, and player props. You can bet on the sports you love. You finally caught something, Carl. BetRivers.com. It's a whole new game.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latino artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Back into it, you'll take another look at the 4th and 2 conversion for touchdown. And the score good for the Tucson Sugar Skulls to pull within 1. Get ready for the kickoff here. And back deep once again is Dylan Winfrey standing at the back of the end zone for the Rattlers. And at about the 10-yard line is a guy is equally dangerous. And that's Jamal Miles. Either one of those Arizona Rattlers returning the football, and you're going to be in good shape. There's going to be an offside flag thrown. We'll see if the Rattlers can get something out of this first. And the ball's going to come out after contact with the ground at the 10-yard line. That'll be Arizona's football there, but we'll get the offside indication from the official first. And the first penalty flag that we've seen here tonight in Phoenix.
Offside, kicking team number 1. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st and 10, Arizona.
So they'll add 5 yards, and we'll go from there, and the Arizona Rattlers will set up their offense while we check in quick like with Sandy Charles on the sideline. And Sandy, you know, the loss of your MVP quarterback's a big deal. What did Coach Guy have to say to you about playing without Drew Powell?
Yeah, that's right. It is a huge deal, but he told me he has all the confidence in the world in Reyna. He said Reyna has confidence, and he commands the huddle as well. He also told me that he will adjust his game calling as the game goes on, and Reyna looks to get more comfortable. Also, all eyes on the offensive line, too, as they protect Reyna tonight.
Thank you, Sandy. Here's the ball intended for Braxton Haley, splitting those deep defenders. And the ball was just hung up a fraction of a second too long. I think one of the defenders got a hand on it, knocked it incomplete. But Reyna looking again, poised, confident back there, standing back there, throwing the ball deep for the Rattlers.
And he probably hung onto this football a little bit too long, allowed the off defender to come over there. I think that was J.J. Dallas. to get a hand on the football. Really nice route by Braxton Haley. Remember now, Coach Guy has really 2 game plans. He'd like to keep their normal offense, but he's ready to adjust if Reyna doesn't respond real well to the original game plan.
And a pass intended for Jamal Miles that will be knocked incomplete to bring up third down and 10 for Arizona early on. We want to thank Nova Home Loans, our exclusive replay sponsor with the Arizona Rattlers in 2023. Nova Home Loans helping to bring you those great looks that this production team gets you every Arizona Rattlers broadcast, and already we've seen some outstanding work by the guys behind the cameras in this one tonight. Jorge Reyna, the Fresno State product at quarterback for the Rattlers. They like to throw the ball around at Fresno State, always have, as they put 2 in motion, and Reyna will dump it out of the backfield. That is going to be a catch by Jagger Gardner. And Jagger is going to pick up 4 yards on the play. He will be stopped at the 18-yard line, and it's third down and 6.
6'1", 220 pounds, can do some damage with the ball in his hands. Tried to make a little move there. Brings up 4th and manageable. I've been in the indoor football league, you're going to go for the vast majority of these 4th down situations.
So Reyna puts him in motion. 3 receivers to his right. He's looking at the solo receiver along the left, and now he'll hit the turnaround at about the 20-yard line of Tucson. This ends up being a 10-yard pickup on the play to the 22 of the Sugar Skulls. First down for the Rattlers on a terrific 4th down conversion.
All starts up front, great protection by that offensive line, and that's a work in progress. You got new guys, new faces, and they're getting used to each other and doing a good job here early in this football game. Allows Reyna to stand back there and survey the field and really go to his 3rd read on that play, which in this game, you usually don't get that opportunity.
And another good look on the Nova Home Loans instant replay as the ball is given and a flag comes out. The ball given to Gardner. He'll try the right side as Arizona runs it from scrimmage for the first time today.
Illegal defense. Tucson, number 7. The linebacker was not stationary at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So it'll be first down and 5 as they place the ball at the 17-yard line of the Sugar Skulls. Arizona 1-1 coming into the game, and could have very easily been 2-0. They went for a deuce at the end of the game and didn't connect on it against Bay Area.
Well, they went for 2, didn't get it. Then they went for the deuce and didn't get it.
A couple of shots at it.
Yeah.
They also, by the way, had left enough time. Bay Area might have been able to respond to that if they had connected on one of those. Here is Reyna, again, finding a little time. He's getting great protection up front. He's staying clean back there for the Rattlers, and he will connect on what looks like, I believe, a 6-yard completion. That'll move the chains again and take the ball to the 11-yard line of Tucson.
I watched the season hit there by number 5, Hodge. One thing that Coach Guy remarked this week, talked about the physicality of the Tucson secondary. Those DBs will come up and hit you. Watch this after you catch the ball. You got to have your head on a swivel. That's a collision between a defensive back and a wide receiver.
Reyna looks right, throws left. He's got a man in the seam for a touchdown. Braxton Haley on the other end of that pass. And the Rattlers are on the board again.
Again, look at the protection up front. Really nice job by that offensive line. Just a little choice route there by Haley. Defensive back playing off, turns it around right at the goal line. Complete the pass, score the touchdown.
Great little peek to the right side, right? He just peeked over there and they freeze the safety a little bit. His man was open in the middle of the field for the touchdown, and Craig Peterson adds the point after. And that'll make our score 14-6. Arizona 2 for 2 on possession so far, getting in the end zone. We'll be back in a moment with more Arizona Rattlers football.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Meet Blair.
Hi.
In her youth, Blair dreamt of becoming a pro basketball player. Today in accounts receivable, Blair pursues that elusive dream. One missed shot at a time. Blair, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service and the excitement of live in-game betting, where you can bet live on every game all season long.
Yes!
BetRivers.com, it's a whole new game.
Back into it, everybody. Back at the Footprint Center, downtown Phoenix. Boy, there's a lot of activity going on here in the Valley of the Sun here in this vicinity. Right down the road at Chase Field, the Arizona Diamondbacks playing some baseball tonight. So if you like driving in traffic and if you like a slow and mosey, relaxed time of getting home from downtown Phoenix tonight, this is the place to be.
Oh, and let's throw a little construction in that's been going on for about 3 years. Yeah, I haven't been down here for 6 months, and nothing's changed. Have they done anything?
That too. Here's the kick. And this one will be fielded at about the 2-yard line. And that's Ben Jones, one of the league's great return men. He'll bring it out. Across the 15-yard line, they'll spot him right at the 18. It's first down for the Sugar Skulls. Let's take a wide look when we come out of the replay there. Take a wide look at this field. That artificial surface down there, that is a brand new, almost brand new field, okay? It's been played on before, Dale.
You told me that before, and then you were very evasive. You're very evasive.
One time, this field has been played on. I'll tell you about that after this play right here. Here is the snap. Atkins throwing, and Ramon will be rewarded with a diving catch on the other end of it. The guy bringing it in, MJ Harris, with the catch for Tucson. Well, this is the field that was used for the 2022 IFL Championship game in Henderson, Nevada, back in August. This field right here, now there's been some changes, right? The end zone has been changed with the Rattlers logos,
yes,
which by the way are not right.
No, that's a funny looking color.
That's not, that blue is not, it's supposed to be teal, and that's blue, and so they're going to go about seeing how they can get that fixed as we watch Carrington haul a pass in on the near side of the field for a Tucson first down. They were sitting at 2nd and 5, and that'll be a 9-yard pickup. Mark him at about the 18-yard line of Arizona for the Tucson first down. Yeah, that's not the right shade of blue in the Rattlers in the end zone there, but this is a brand new surface. It was due. It was time for the Rattlers to get a new playing field, and they did, and I've been down on the field. That is lush, man.
Yes, it is. It looks nice. It looks nice, and I'm sure the players are excited, although they never got to practice on it.
Nice spin move, and that'll result in what, well, it should have been negative yardage from Mike Jones, but he's going to turn that into a couple out to the 16-yard line for a Tucson short gain. Bring up 2nd down and 8 from that spot.
Nice running after the football. Terrell again chasing him down, making him go the opposite direction, and Brightwell steps up. Again, look for Brightwell to be around the football a lot. Ton of talent, this coaching staff says, and loves the contact of the football game.
Sugar Skulls going to work. Atkins fakes it, pumps twice, throws to the corner and threw it out of bounds. Got rid of it. Just had to sail it and hope that Carrington had the springs to get up there and bring that one in, but he wanted to keep that out of harm's way. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Sugar Skulls.
Great pressure up the middle again by Brightwell. Just ran over the attempt of the running back to make a block. Put pressure right in the middle on Atkins. That ball had to be let go early, and he just threw it away. Lived to see 3rd down.
Talked a little bit with Curtis Chen, the head coach of this Tucson team. New this season leading the club, and he just had the exuberance and joy and excitement of a young guy, of a player. He isn't that long removed from being a player in this league. We're going to throw to the end zone, wide open, touchdown, Tucson. That is M.J. Harris. And a monumental breakdown in coverage for the Rattler defense. I'm not sure who fell apart on that side, but I mean, wide open. Nobody had that deep third on that side of the field, Dale.
Number 56 is eligible, number 56.
Well, it certainly looked like Coach Guy was talking to Hemp Hill Toledo, and you could see before the play, pointing to get to the other side of the field. Wasn't able to do that for the Rattlers, and again, a confused secondary lets the receiver run wide open.
And this point after try is going to sail between the pipes. The kick is good on this effort for Tucson.
Timeout on the field.
And we'll take this quick timeout with 1:22 remaining here in the first period, everybody. Arizona 14, Tucson 13. Back to the Footprint Center, downtown Phoenix, with more Arizona Rattlers football in a moment.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
We're back to close out the first quarter here in Phoenix, Arizona. The Footprint Center is the home of the Arizona Rattlers, but of course, Dale, we more affectionately know this place as the Snake Pit. Very affectionate in our
been here a long time.
Here comes the kick for the Sugar Skulls. And that is going to be taken off that back wall. And Dylan Winfrey with a couple of jukes. Marker out as he goes down at the 13-yard line. And the man handling the kicking duties, Victor Leventrit. We had a chance to meet that young man and talk to him. He is a former college.
Return, holding, receiving team number 27. Half the distance to the goal. 1st and 10, Arizona.
The kicker is a former college baseball player and threw about a 90-mile-an-hour fastball at one point. Here comes that return right into your living room by Dylan. Nice line kick, and
kind of interesting he chose to return that.
Really is, yeah.
Then let it go through. Remember the first time the ball would come out to the 20-yard line, and then from there on, 25-yard line with the new kickoff rule.
A little moxie for Dylan Winfrey. Well, defensive players, they love their opportunity with the football in hand. Here's a catch on the far side of the field. The turn and the burn up the field for a first down. For the Rattlers, Braxton Haley converting, and they'll move the chains as we check in once again on the sideline with Sandy Charles.
Thanks, Floyd. Yes, the Rattlers are celebrating 30 years, decades of dominance. They are a perennial powerhouse. They're the team everyone wants to beat and play for, and that was evident. Open tryouts, they had record numbers come out. Everyone wants to play for Coach Guy, and that's all reflected in the numbers. 6 world championships, 8 conference championships, 12 division championships, and 26 playoff appearances. This is the team to be.
6-yard gain for Jagger Gardner, and he'll take it to the 19-yard line. Thank you, Sandy, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 4, or just under 5 for Arizona's offense as we close out the first quarter, run it on down for you. And if you're a Rattlers fan, your team has a 1-point margin going into the second quarter, but Tucson's hanging in there. We'll see if the Rattlers can cash in again on offense as they have successfully so far in the game. This break and back with the second quarter. More Arizona Rattlers football is on the way.
Meet Blair.
Hi.
In her youth, Blair dreamt of becoming a pro basketball player. Today in accounts receivable, Blair pursues that elusive dream. One missed shot at a time. Blair, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service and the excitement of live in-game betting, where you can bet live on every game all season long.
Yes!
BetRivers.com, it's a whole new game.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Footprint Center, the home of the Arizona Rattlers, and also, for that matter, the home of the Phoenix Suns. The new look Phoenix Suns with Kevin Durant. You know, when Kevin Durant's in the lineup,
they don't lose.
Things have been going pretty well for the Suns, haven't they?
They don't lose when Kevin's in the lineup. How many games in the playoffs will he be in the lineup? Let's hope all of them.
Did you feel for those fans who bought those tickets for his home debut? And he came out and twisted his ankle before the
I had a DVR, so I got home from something and I started watching it. I'm like, where's Kevin Durant?
Yeah, he wasn't there, was he? But he's back in that lineup, and the Suns doing all right. But it's Arizona Rattlers night tonight, and a batted ball at the line of scrimmage. That'll go incomplete. Looked like they were trying to set a screen up middle of the field, and a great job. Listen, in this game with the fewer defensive players that you get, 8 guys on that defensive side of the ball, Dale, it can sometimes be a challenge to defend the screen. But if you're going to do it, why not just get in the way of the football?
Well, I tell you what, they had that set up, too. Reyna's got to put a little layer under that ball, loft it over the hands of the defensive lineman, because there was a lot of space to run the football if that pass was complete.
Yeah, it was
with 3 blockers out front.
There was a convoy with some pretty big 18-wheelers leading the way. Didn't work out. Reyna will step up, tuck it and run, and he's got the first down to the 11-yard line. Nice pickup on the play. 8-yard gain for Jorge Reyna, and a first down for the Rattlers.
Well, and if you're Kevin Guy in this offense, you got to be very happy with how the first quarter, now into the second quarter, has gone. Very under control, no mistakes, run the football instead of taking chances, pick up the first down. little ball control, and when it passes there down the field, he takes a shot. So right now, I don't think you could ask anything more from George Reyna than what he's giving you as a football team.
He sets them up with an opportunity. They could get a first down. One more anyway in this series on offense, unless an automatic first down comes along. Here's a quick dart to the near side, and Isaiah Scott might have taken his eyes off the ball, and with Isaiah dropping that ball on the outside, it reminds you that this Rattlers team is playing undermanned for sure. Not only is the defending two-time MVP Drew Powell, the quarterback, out, though in the passing game, the Rattlers haven't skipped a beat yet, really. But the receiving core is pretty depleted right now. You've got Isaiah Scott right there on that drop. You got Jamal Miles, and you got Braxton Haley, and that's it. That's all they're dressing today to play on the outside.
As Peterson, Jazrack Peterson had to heal up a little bit more, so you're sitting there figuring a way to get the ball to some of your playmakers.
Reyna has got a little time to throw, and now pressure that will force him to throw it out of bounds. He got rid of it. See, he did get outside the pocket there. Zachary Blackiston was there pressuring him. Great job by Zach, getting in the face of the quarterback, and that will bring up for the Rattlers a third down and 10.
Remember now, the closer you get to the goal line and the end zone and the end line, and it's now encased in dasher boards, the tighter those fits are. Ball's got to come out quick. You got to have confidence. Ball's got to have a little fire on it to make sure it gets to its intended target.
We'll see what Coach Guy dials up for his offense. Miles in motion, Haley in motion. Haley going to go across the field, but they're looking the other way, and this one is going to be deflected defensively for Tucson by Traveris Farrell, the linebacker. And he's a tall one. He's got some reach, 6'2", and able to swat the ball down and complete fourth down on the way.
6'2", 220 pounds. One thing that may be a little alarming, Reyna kind of stared down his receivers over on the right side, so Farrell stood right there in his passing sight and his passing line, able to get his hands on it. A little frustrated to come up with the interception, but that's the reason he plays defense and he doesn't play offenses. You don't catch those balls.
That's what they always say. The defensive players always love hearing that line. Here comes a look down the middle. Reyna will now throw toward the pylon, and the nearest guy was the defender. Rasheed Hodge is the guy that got hands on it there. It's incomplete. Another defensive drop. The Rattlers will take that. However, they're also going to surrender the football. That is a Tucson stop. This Tucson team had a brilliant defensive game last week on the road at San Diego, holding the strike force to 16 points overall. And they get their first stop of the night on this Arizona offense here in this one.
And just so those people may be tuning in for the first time here, Rattlers home game this season. This game is all about stops. You get 4 or 5 stops in a game, you're talking about a winning football combination, because you get 4 or 5 stops, that gives you 4 or 5 more opportunities offensively.
There's a marker out before the play can unfold, and
unfortunately,
start. Offense. Everybody but the center. 5-yard penalty. First down.
You always got to love that. Always got to love when it's everybody but the center. That was Fry hanging on to the football. Unfortunately, when you're Passiani, number 55, 6'5", 325 pounds, and you move a little bit, look out.
Approaching the 10-minute mark. That's what's left here in the first half. Hand off to Mike Jones. Nope, that's not Mike Jones. Sorry, that's Atkins. Jones went the other direction. Ramon Atkins, the quarterback, will take it to the 7. Give him a single yard gained on the play. It'll bring up second down and 14.
Really nice job by that Rattler defense. Remember, Atkins not only can throw the football down the field, big, powerful arm, but 6'4", 225 pounds. He can run with the football and hurt your defense tremendously.
Atkins had that brilliant year last year for Duke City. That was a season that saw him get the Offensive Player of the Year in the league. We watch an incompletion over the middle off of the The throw from Atkins. Defensively, Simeon Gatling was there for the near interception. It'll go incomplete and third down and 14 coming up.
Atkins' eyes stayed over there to his left the entire time. Gatling got a great break on the football, drove into it, almost came up with that interception. Now brings up third down and long. Can the Rattlers multiply on the Tucson stop with a stop of their own?
Big play for these defenders, for the Rattlers, and an interception. There's the ball taken away, and that is a touchdown. The pick six will go Gatling. I thought there was a marker down, but I think that was just a piece of equipment from one of the Tucson players.
Interception. The Arizona Rattlers player who intercepted the ball was down by contact. First and 10, Arizona.
I thought there was a flag on the play, too. What a tremendous interception. Diving, hanging on to the football.
So there was a defender who would tell you, hey, line me up at receiver. I'll go catch it for you. What a terrific play defensively. The guy that comes away with it, Simeon Gatling, the 5'10", 190-pound defender for Coach Guy. And that'll win you some points. Coach Guy really puts a high premium on great defensive back play. He was a defensive back himself at one time playing indoor football. First down in motion. Gonna look opposite Jamal Miles and throw the back shoulder. And it does go incomplete. Isaiah Scott was the intended receiver. Well, you got Braxton Haley and Jamal Miles lining up at receiver. You would expect that those guys are going to get the lion's share of targets, but I think they've thrown to Isaiah Scott more than anybody early on in this game.
Well, the one thing that Scott brings is size. And for a new quarterback, you have a 6'3" target. It makes it a lot more comfortable your first game throwing to 6'3", 6'4" than 5'10". And Jamal Miles, no doubt, as this game goes along, will get on track.
So a second down and 10. Opportunity for the Rattlers. They'll give it to Gardner, and he'll cross the 15 down to the 13-yard line. That'll be right at a 5-yard pickup for Jagger Gardner, and here comes third down for the Rattlers.
Well, you can tell that Coach Guy is kind of satisfied with how this offense is moving because he said he's prepared to run the football more. We haven't seen a whole lot of running of the football. Here's 7 minutes left in the second quarter. That's the first run. You pick up almost 5 yards. Makes that third down much more manageable.
We'll make it third down and 6 with the ball at the 13-yard line of Tucson. Reyna pumps it, couple of fakes, and now he'll throw on the run and sail it out of the back of the end zone. It was intended for Braxton Haley, but there were a couple of defenders bracketing Braxton. It made it tough on Reyna, and that's incomplete.
Well, that's what's going to be frustrating. You'll be watching film whenever they watch film, whether that's tomorrow or Monday, and immediately Braxton Haley was open, immediately, but it came back too late to him. By then, two defenders have moved into that territory, which made it much more difficult to complete the pass. Looks like Coach Guy's going to let the clock run down. Take a timeout.
Spend one of his 3 timeouts. Both teams had their full complement of timeouts at that point. We've got 6:01 on the clock in the second quarter. We'll grab a timeout as they talk it over on the field. Arizona 14, Tucson 13. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our valley-wide locations near you.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide-open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Six minutes and a second remaining in the first half of this matchup between Arizona and Tucson in the Professional Indoor Football League. Be sure to make your plans. I know it's early, but make those plans for a trip to Vegas for the championship game coming up in the first week of August. August 5th will be the second appearance for the IFL in Henderson, Nevada at the Dollar Loan Center. Look at the pass, caught over the middle. That's a touchdown. Isaiah Scott hangs on to it. And the Arizona Rattlers tack some more points on the board.
The result of the play is a touchdown. Personal foul. Lost to the passer. Defense number 7. That 15-yard penalty banked and enforced after the kickoff.
Boy, he took a shot. Reyna stays in here till the very last second. Let's go with the football. You see at the end of the play there, late helmet-to-helmet contact. Reyna stays down for just a little bit. Remember, the only backup on the roster, Chris Dixon, coached here last year.
Well, Chris Dixon is a guy that knows a lot about winning championships. How about 8 indoor football championships as we watch the kick? Up and good for Peterson and the Rattlers, and their lead is now 21-13, everybody. Don't go away. A lot of great football left in this one tonight. Back to Phoenix and more Arizona Rattlers football in a moment.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Meet Carl.
Sup?
Ever since he was a little boy, Carl dreamed of being baseball's greatest outfielder. There was only one problem. Carl, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service in the excitement of same-game parlays like taking the over, picking the winner, and player props. You can bet on the sports you love.
Yes!
You finally caught something, Carl. BetRivers.com. It's a whole new game.
Don't be Carl, folks. And while the Arizona Rattlers cheerleaders, the Sidewinders, get some work done, let's check in on the sideline with Sandy Charles.
Thanks, Floyd. Reyna, that touchdown, that scoring drive, what did you see?
I saw the middle linebacker blitzing, and I knew I'm going to have to take that hit, and I'm going to have to give it to Braxton.
Talk about that hit. The chemistry with your offensive line, how is it?
Oh, our offensive line is doing a great job today. I needed that hit to wake me up a little bit, get my head out of my rear, as my father would say, but no, their offensive line is doing a great job right now.
Awesome, go catch your breath.
Thank you, Sandy. Well, Dale, don't you love it when players give the credit to their dad? And it's always something like that, isn't it? It's always what your dad told you not to do or do differently. And this onside is going to be recovered by the Rattlers, Kevin Guy, and the special teams coach, Jeff Jarnigan. catching Tucson a little flat-footed
The field
on the return.
The kick was touched by the receiving team and recovered by the kicking team. 1st and 10, Arizona.
Make sure Reyna's on the right side of the ball, knows which side they're going there. Kevin Guy has to tell him.
They're going to review that. Arizona touched it first. You saw it right there, didn't you? I believe it was Day-Day. Devontae Merriweather got a hand on it.
The Tucson head coach is challenging the ruling of the play of illegal recovery. The play is under review.
I think Day-Day might have got a little bump on it, little hand on it, yeah. Just before.
The number one rule in onside kick is make sure that you stay on sides. And secondly, it's got to go 10 yards. Is there compelling?
Well, from that angle,
is there compelling evidence to overturn it?
From that angle, maybe not. Maybe upon further review.
Does Rashi Hodge, number 5 for Tucson, touch it first?
It appears that's our best angle, and you know what? That's inconclusive, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think you can overturn it from that one angle right there.
We'll see what the officials end up looking at as you get a great look on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Thank you again to Nova Home Loans as they join us here with Arizona Rattlers football. Again, the official replay presenting sponsors in 2023. And the officials are looking at an angle that looks like it's almost identical to the one we were looking at. Might have been a little bit tighter.
Well, remember, Kevin Guy's never, ever, ever been afraid to go for onside kicks and try and steal some momentum and an extra possession, even once each half.
That's one of the wonderful things about.
The member of the kicking team, number 8, touched the ball with his left hand at the 8-yard line. Therefore, the ball belonged to Tucson at that spot. Will enforce the 15-yard bank foul. 1st and 10, Tucson. Tucson is not charged a timeout and has a challenge remaining.
So see, the first time I saw it, that's what I thought I saw was Day-Day touch it right about there with his hand. And the officials got to look at it from some particular angle. I don't know if it was a little different from the one we're looking at there, and decided that that is indeed what happened. And
boy, it was very close. I didn't see a change in the ball flight at all from it, but they have a bigger screen down there than we have up here.
These are the mini screens, Dale. I hope you brought the 20 power.
Well, you got to remember, I'm old, Floyd. I'm old.
We'll see if it's in the budget to get you a little bigger screen next time. The ball belongs to Tucson, and I guess that's one of the reasons why Coach Guy had the courage to go for that onside. If he gives it up, they can take that bank foul and march him back 15 yards. There's the flip to the right from Atkins to Jones, and he'll go down at the 15-yard line. Gain of 8 yards on the play. Nice pickup for the Sugar Skulls.
Tucson can put so much pressure on you. You're going to leave the end man on the line unblocked. Atkins very capable of keeping the football, so you've got to try and make a decision if you're the defensive end. And you keep it or you pitch it. He pitched it that time, almost picked up a first down.
2nd and short. Give it again to Jones, and he is knocked down on a beautiful play by another beautiful play by Simeon Gatling.
Yeah, Gatling putting himself together a really nice first half, like he was shot out of a cannon. And what you do if you get Mike Jones running sideways, can't ever get that left foot in the ground and get all 210 pounds going north and south, easier to tackle him that way.
Loss of a yard. You don't say that very often with Mike Jones when he's got the ball in hand, but he did lose that yard thanks to Gatling's great defense, and it brings up 3rd down and a little better than 3 yards to go. Look for Carrington. He's in the slot on the right side. Jones split out to the left. Maybe a decoy. What a diving catch. Beautiful. Haul it in. Gain of 4. Needed 3, got 4 yards. MJ Harris has made a couple of terrific plays stretching out for the ball.
Looked like Harris got away with a little push off here on the sideline. Create some separation, but able to reach back and grab the football, pick up the first down, keep this drive alive for Tucson as, remember, the clock continues to run here in the Indoor Football League. A little over 3 minutes left.
Another loss of yardage on this handoff. There was a marker thrown by the umpire. So you would guess holding, wouldn't you?
Well, that or was the defense moving towards the line of scrimmage?
We'll find out.
Defense, Arizona number 39 was not stationary at the snap. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Good call, Dale. 5-yard mark off. And instead of a loss on the play, more very strong defense put together by the Rattlers there. Unfortunately, it's not going to stand for Justin Thomas.
Yeah, did a nice job getting inside of Passiani there and making a play, but you have to be stationary as that linebacker. They make it difficult to play defense.
1st and 5, and again, great penetration. Coming up the middle, making that stop for the Rattlers, the linebacker, Salim Brightwell, playing downhill all the way, and he is able to drop the runner for another loss on the play. Why that Arizona run defense has been terrific this entire series. Of course, Tucson's moving the ball. They've got it inside the 10, but another loss on that play.
Really nice job by Brightwell, as you said, playing downhill, running in behind the block of Ayub, number 60, 6'4", 310 pounds, and making the tackle for a loss.
Carrington, the flip to him, right side, and he is going to power his way through the first contact that he received on the edge out there. Merriweather came up and popped him first, but he was able to fight through that, and his forward progress will be marked inside the 5-yard line, right at about the 4, and that'll bring up third down and a couple for Tucson.
The one thing you've noticed in the first half of this football game, there have not been a whole lot of missed tackles by the Arizona Rattlers. You can tell they've came in and they are on point and focused and playing really physical.
Yeah, after 16 missed tackles the last time they played, I don't remember one yet here in this game. Fake the pitch, throw over the middle, nope, to the edge, and that's a touchdown. Well designed, the play, and MJ Harris got open again and wide open. That has been the downfall of this defense so far tonight, Dale. We've seen 2 or 3 times wide open receivers, and Atkins has found them every time.
Well, you're going to see this play fake here. That was the previous play, but the touchdown play fake draws all the attention of the DBs and the linebackers, and you have to make a decision. Do you stay back? Do you come up? They came up. He keeps the ball and throws it into the end zone.
The kick is good. Tucson keeps pace, trailing by 1. Arizona 21, Tucson 20. We'll stay here because we're just a few seconds. We're just a few seconds away from the 1 minute. The 1 minute warning, and that'll give us an opportunity to speak again with Sandy Charles. Sandy, Jorge Reyna's really put together a pretty good first half, solid first half, has his team in front here in this one. But we were mentioning Chris Dixon, his backup in the game tonight, a guy that has a lot of championship experience, and he's the guy they'll turn to, bringing him off the sideline. He was a coach with the team last year, and now Chris is the backup quarterback to Jorge Reyna.
Bob, do you want me to add VO on that?
Yeah, Sandy, let's hear what you got on that.
So before that scoring drive, when Jorge Reyna was overlooking at film, it was actually Chris Dixon who was working with him, taking him, because Reyna seemed a little frustrated with himself, and it was actually Chris Dixon that calmed him down, went over the film, and then he went out and he scored that driving touchdown you saw. So much. Chris is not only a leader off and how he coached last year with the Rattlers, but he's leading Reyna tonight, and it's great to see.
Kind of has that North Dallas 40 feel, doesn't it? Your backup quarterback is coaching up the starting quarterback, and I don't know.
Well, as you said, you pointed out as many championships as Chris Dixon has won.
You're gonna listen when that guy has something to say. Here's the ball a yard deep. Coming out with it is Jamal Miles, and he is knifed under on a good special teams tackle by Rasheed Hodge. Hodge coming up in coverage, making that play, and That'll spend our final seconds here remaining in the first, well, up to the 1 minute warning. We got 1 minute left, everybody. Stand by. It's Arizona 21, Tucson 20. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Crowd having some fun tonight at the Footprint Center, or as we call it, the Snake Pit, the home of the Arizona Rattlers.
Well, you talk about songs that test time. I mean, that song, and I don't care how old you are, where you come from, as soon as it comes on, it makes you want to start doing the old, with your arms, YMCA. I think that came out back in the 70s, back when you and I were young whippersnappers.
Yeah, one of us is a little younger than the other one. I won't mention who right now. Under a minute remaining in the first half. There's a completion out to midfield. And at the 25-yard line, it's Gardner, Jagger Gardner, the running back, with the catch. He'll gain just a bit over 8 yards on that one. And it's a second down play coming up. The Rattlers working quickly here. 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Reyna puts him in motion, fakes it, and gets whipped around, marker out, and the defender immediately goes into defensive mode there. That's Traveris Farrell, the linebacker, coming up.
Getting flung to the ground.
What do you see, Dale?
Wow.
There is no foul for the illegal horse collar tackle. The contact was at the side of the jersey.
And that's a good call. It was not, I think the official thought he saw a horse collar. He flung him around, but he did just have jersey. And that's a legal play. You can always throw the flag and then pick it up rather than not throw the flag. Remember, rules change here in the last minute.
Arizona, their second.
The last minute of the first half, as you see right there, there's the horse collar means you have to get it inside the neck of the jersey and pull him down, but that's two big hits by Farrell on Reyna. Remember, the rules changed in the last minute of the half and the game in arena football. The first, what is it? It's 15-minute quarters. So the first 29 minutes of each half, they fly by.
Yes.
And then the last minute of each half, it slows down just a little bit. Strategies change a little bit. You want to call timeouts at opportune times. And that's what Tucson and the Rattlers are trying to figure out right now.
Part of what makes the IFL such an exciting brand of football is what you described there. You get to that final dramatic last moment of both halves. You get there quickly. And I think fans really love that. They get here, they get to the ballpark, they enjoy a great game. It seems to go by very quickly. You get to the moment of truth very fast, and the fans appreciate that. Reyna back to throw, and he's got a man on the sideline. Braxton Haley could not quite reach it. He's behind him. Jorge's got he has got a bazooka, doesn't he? But His accuracy has been a little hit or miss so far in this one. That's incomplete. It will stop the clock. Arizona their own 20-yard line with a 4th down play coming up. And Craig Peterson coming on. They're going to try the field goal to close the half out here. 25.8 seconds remain in the half.
A little too risky. You don't pick it up here. You give Tucson a really short field, so you probably take going for it off the table. But again, let's see what happens on this field goal. Peterson missed a couple extra points.
"47-yard field goal try, the equivalent of, and this one is on its way. And it's going to be wide left. The narrow pipes would not contain it for Craig Peterson.
So remember, again, a missed field goal. In the IFL, the ball is played. It's almost like a punt that got down at the 5-yard line. So you kind of flip field position even if you don't score points on that.
Take a good look from the angle behind the kicker. Well, plenty of leg, but just as you see, a little bit wide left. The Rattlers will try to hold defensively in the final 20 seconds of the quarter.
Well, the other thing I remember, those uprights in the indoor football league, they are very, very narrow.
Ramon Atkins lines him up. He's got the time and a timeout remaining to get his team in position to strike down the left sideline, and it's just off of Carrington's hands. Beautifully thrown football.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know how you make it any more perfect than that. Not that it was that catchable. Carrington did a great job to get the hands on it. But, I mean, Dale, you got to take a fraction off of it. It's a pretty good looking throw.
Wow, it was very good coverage. If you're the defensive back, you're using the dasher board as a defender. You're running inside of him. That ball had to be perfectly placed, and it almost was, and it would have been a tremendous catch.
Atkins, quick release to Carrington, spins at the 11-yard line and then gets knocked down. Shortly thereafter, 8 seconds remaining. Clock is stopped. Tucson timeout.
Timeout. Tucson, they're first. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 9 seconds. 9 seconds.
That's always a good home game clock operator. Make them put time back on the clock if they catch you there. But remember, 9 seconds left. You get tackled anywhere in the field of play. Chance for the clock to run out. If you're going to scramble as a quarterback, this has to be a quick play. So you hopefully can get 2 plays run in the last 9 seconds.
There is time for that, for sure, and they're only 37 yards away from pay dirt. Is that a term in football still, Dale? Pay dirt?
Well, there's no dirt in football.
Do the whippersnappers understand pay dirt?
I don't know if there's dirt in football anymore.
But pay dirt is like, that's when you're out mining, you're up in the mountains. Try to find some pay dirt. Score. 9 seconds remaining. Atkins fires, and that was actually, I think that hit right off the helmet or face mask of Simeon Gatling, the defender. I don't know if he saw it coming. He might have been just focused on the receiver. It's incomplete. And here comes the place-kicking squad for Tucson.
Yeah, I think Gatling coming in and expecting to make a tackle. The ball not really looking at the ball. Boy, could have added to a really, really big first half for Gatling if we came up with that one.
So with 6.2 seconds left, it is time to try a kick. That's coming up way short. That's returnable, 2 yards deep. And straight out is Dylan Winfrey. He'll spin out and get knocked down at about the 18-yard line and run the final seconds off the clock. Really, it was for all intents and purposes, that was a punt.
One thing you have to remember when you do that,
We're going to throw it down to Sandy and talk with Coach Guy on his way to the locker room. Hey, Sandy.
Hey, Floyd, thank you. Coach, what have you seen from your quarterback, Jorge Reyna, so far?
Well, he showed some guts out there. We need to get the ball out a little quicker and see things a little quicker. But, overall, I'm pretty pleased. I thought he started hot, and then they started getting a feel for us. Our receivers got to start running some better routes. So.
You told me before the game one of the keys was your defensive line to bring it. How would you assess how they've done?
Well, we got one stop, we got a pick, and we got one little situational stop right here at the end. But, our two rookies, one of them, Gatlin, made an interception, but both him and Cito both have had a couple of busts, so they went for touchdowns. So we got to clean that up. They really only drove down and scored on us once, so we have two busts that we left out on the field. So we got to clean that up. Yep.
Thank you, Coach. Floyd.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Coach Guy. And the Arizona Rattlers will take a slim 21-20 lead into the locker room. They'll work some things out. We'll break down that first half for you here in just a couple of moments. Don't go anywhere. We'll continue from downtown Phoenix at the Footprint Center, the home of the Arizona Rattlers, where it's Arizona 21, Tucson 20 in this IFL showdown. Halftime on the way. More Arizona Rattlers football coming right up.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Meet Carl.
Sup?
Ever since he was a little boy, Carl dreamed of being baseball's greatest outfielder. There was only one problem. Carl, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service in the excitement of same-game parlays like taking the over, picking the winner, and player props. You can bet on the sports you love.
Yes.
You finally caught something, Carl. BetRivers.com. It's a whole new game.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. We specialize rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training. Our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
Back into Phoenix, Arizona, everybody, for this in-state rivalry, the I-10 showdown between the Arizona Rattlers and the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Welcome back in. It's halftime here. Arizona holding on to a 21-20 lead over the Tucson Sugar Skulls as we get you working on halftime here, everybody. A reasonably successful first half for the Rattlers. I think that Kevin Guy probably has a thing or two he wants to straighten out with his squad, but a couple of things I think they can be proud of. First is the play of their quarterback, Jorge Reyna. I thought in the first half, Reyna really availed himself well. He threw some nice balls. He was a little hit or miss at times with his accuracy, but he also delivered when they needed him to, and he brings the lead into halftime. Obviously, they love to have the multi-dimensions you get with Drew Powell, who's going to be out 3 to 6 weeks. We don't know just how long yet. But the quarterback, Jorge Reyna, I think you start right there, Dale, and you say, so far, a passing grade in that first half.
All the focus was on him this week, and obviously the first half. It was hit and miss. That's the way he made some plays. He took some hits, did a really nice job for the most part. But there's things he can improve on. As Coach Guy said, held on to the ball a little bit too much at times. I would expect the Rattlers second half run the football a little bit more. I bet you they're going to try a couple more screens because the screen was there. Try and get this Tucson defense a little bit off balance because as the second quarter wore down, they were getting pressure on Reyna.
And when you talk about points of emphasis, one of the key points has to be that defensive play, that the 16 missed tackles against the Bay Area, something that I heard that repeated multiple times in the lead up to this game. And I thought the defense really hunkered down on that side. Sure tackling all first half long by the Rattler defense.
Did a really nice job being physical. When they got there, they made the tackle. They came up in a hurry and with vengeance. As Coach Guy again pointed out, though, there were at least 2 wide open receivers because of miscommunication between young guys in the secondary. They got to get that buttoned up.
Tucson is 1-0. They've got that victory, and it was a nice win for them, especially the play of their defense holding San Diego to just 16 points last week. So this Sugar Skulls team got their great start last week, trying to continue that play here against the Rattlers, who are 1-1 coming into the game, but so far a 21-20 lead for Arizona over Tucson at halftime. We'll step aside again here during our halftime break. We'll return in a few moments to continue breaking it down for you as we continue to bring you Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Meet Carl.
Sup?
Ever since he was a little boy, Carl dreamed of being baseball's greatest outfielder. There was only one problem. Carl, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service in the excitement of same-game parlays like taking the over, picking the winner, and player props. You can bet on the sports you love.
Yes!
You finally caught something, Carl. BetRivers.com. It's a whole new game.
We at the IFL and our teams have always been involved in supporting the communities that support us. We have been honored to be able to help raise funds for local charities and schools. We've had opportunities to rightfully honor the first responders, the military, teachers, and other heroes of our communities. Our primary focus has been and will continue to be the youth in our local schools and programs. Our players have worked with them on the field of play, read with them in the classroom, and simply spent time with them as friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
And the fun is being had by all here tonight. in downtown Phoenix, the Footprint Center. It's halftime of this IFL showdown, the I-10 showdown. These two cities, Phoenix and Tucson, nestled on Interstate 10 in Arizona, and our halftime score is Arizona 21, Tucson 20. Welcome back in. I'm Floyd Simmons. This broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football, and our sideline reporter here in 2023, that is Sandy Charles. And Sandy, you've gotten, your indoctrination is underway here. An energetic, fun-filled first half here at the Footprint Center. What is it like for you down there? What's that energy level like? What is it like on the bench with the Rattlers?
Man, Floyd, this energy is unlike anything I've been a part of. These fans are amazing, and it's honestly a good thing I can barely hear you. That is how loud it is down here, and the energy. The fans have been so nice. They have all welcomed me and said hi. They're really, really great. And then the bench, the Rattlers bench, you can just tell there's a brotherhood about them. And like when Reyna came off the field, he was a little down. You could see he was frustrated. They all picked him up. This is a brotherhood. Even though he's had 2 weeks to prepare for this moment tonight, you can already tell they're all the way. They're around him. They're supporting him.
Well, there's a lot of attention on Jorge Reyna, and he is the quarterback of the moment for the Rattlers. This is going to serve as an audition. Does he get to stick around? Will he stay with the Rattlers long term? Will he find himself in a different role should the reigning MVP, Drew Powell, at some point decide to do something different? You never know what those things will look like. I know this. Jorge Reyna had a pretty good first half in front of this Rattlers crowd, and they seem to accept him.
He did. He had a great first half. You know, when he left this field, his jersey was ripped. One of the last plays, they were real physical. The defense was really physical with him. And so his whole jersey was ripped under his right arm. But he's taking it, like he mentioned when I interviewed him, and he took that hit. I do want to mention just a real fun fact about him. He grew up idolizing Mark Sanchez. He said he wanted to play like him. Also, Floyd, our jobs might be in trouble one day because he graduated with a multimedia production degree. Yeah, that's why he was so great on camera too, and he's having a lot of fun down here, you can tell.
So he's Drew's backup, he's my backup, he's your backup, he's ready to go. Yeah. He's ready to go at a moment's notice.
Yeah, exactly. He's fun.
Sandy, thank you. We'll get you back here in a bit with Coach Guy. And folks, we want to thank Nova Home Loans. Nova Home Loans, the presenting sponsors of our instant replay package all night long. Thank you to Nova Home Loans. We're going to wrap up our first half, get you ready for the second half here in just a moment, everybody. It's Arizona Rattlers football. Stand by.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Welcome back, Footprint Center. Halftime as you've got the Arizona Rattlers with a 1-point lead, 21-20 over their rival from down south, the Tucson Sugar Skulls, getting ready here for the second half as these halftimes go awful quick in the Indoor Football League. As we are looking to go down, I think Sandy Charles, our sideline reporter, has something she'd like to chime in with. Sandy, what do you got?
I'm sorry.
What was your message to your team?
Well, we just got to do a better job of executing, man. We got to live through the highs and the lows, and we just got to keep battling. I mean, we knew it was going to be some growing pains, and we got to bow up a little bit here in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
And that's usually the message Kevin Guy is going to give you as far as bow up, toughen up, and obviously that's talking about being as physical as they possibly can be, making plays when they're available, both on offense and defense. Again, I don't think he's upset with the way they played. I think he's upset that a couple easy touchdown passes were completed, and they probably left at least one opportunity to score on the field as they went into halftime. See special teams coach Jeff Jarnigan, been with Coach Guy for a few years now. He's also the general manager, defensive line coach, integral part of this coaching staff for the Arizona Rattlers.
21-20 is our score. Arizona in front of Tucson. The Indoor Football League. And one of the hot spots of the league is downtown Phoenix in more ways than one. It's going to get real hot here in about a month.
Yeah, I heard everybody complain, it's been cold for too long, bring some heat. I'm like, whoa. Don't you remember what summer's like? It'll be here, and it's going to stay for a while.
Well, Dale, I live in the beautiful hamlet of Lakeside, Arizona. I live up in the White Mountains, okay? About 3 hours from downtown Phoenix, up in the mountains, okay? We're at 6,600 feet where I'm at, and we just had a record winter as far as snowfall goes. It's been unreal how much snow we had, so I'm ready for some 100-plus degree temperature days in the Valley of the Sun to try and thaw out from all that. As you see the opening second half kickoff from Tucson go out of bounds, and it was touched, and the Rattlers are
in the field. As the ball went out of play, but was touched. They touched the ground. Therefore, it's at the 5-yard line, 1st and 10, Tucson.
That's a beautiful kick as you get that Nova Home Loans graphic right there in your face. Thank you, Nova Home Loans. Yeah, together we've got this. Nova Home Loans, the presenting sponsors of our instant replay package here with Arizona Rattlers football. Thanks, everybody, for being here as we get the second half underway. Ramon Atkins. And he quickly fires it complete over near the Dashers on the left side of the field. It's Carrington Thompson hauling it in for a gain to the 11-yard line. 6 yards picked up on the play. 2nd down and 4 straight ahead for the Sugar Skulls.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Tucson Sugar Skulls play this. You see a little physicality there out of the sidelines. You get yelled at by your coach, stern talking to you, come out, you're going to play physical. I think the big thing for this defense is make sure those young guys in the secondary are on the same page and you don't see wide receivers running wide open like we did a couple times the first half.
Atkins sends him in motion, steps up and throws down the left sideline. That is Thompson, and that's incomplete. Well, that was some good influence by the defender. He didn't necessarily break the pass up, but the guy that was step for step down that sideline and helping to make sure the ball was not hauled in was Omar Hemphill Toledo. Toledo staying stride for stride with a great receiver.
He did, and there's a pump fake here. You could have bid on it, but you're running right underneath the receiver. Had to be a perfect throw ball, which it was. As good as you could throw that football, stepping up in the pocket. Just a great job by this Rattler defense.
3rd down and 4. The Sugar Skulls from the gun. Atkins throws on the wheel route, and it is behind his receiver. That is going to go incomplete, intended for Darian Patterson.
Nice job by Merriweather there, running underneath him. Merriweather, one of those guys, been around here for a long time. 6'1", 200 pounds, plays a lot bigger than 200 pounds, but great coverage down that sideline, making Atkins throw a perfect pass to try and complete it. Now another 4th down. Can the Rattlers get off the field here and give their offense great field position?
Would be a terrific start for the second half for Arizona. Atkins steps up. He's running all the way across the 20, across midfield, still on his feet across the 15 of Arizona, and he will be touched out of bounds at the 12-yard line. A big gain for Ramon Atkins. He found a great running lane up the middle, and he took full advantage of it. There's a marker down near.
Arizona number 91 was lined up outside the frame of the guard. That penalty declined. Result of the play. First down.
Again, they're very specific with how you line up defensively, and once Atkins gets ahead of steam, he's tough to get on the field. That looked like it was a run from the get-go. He wasn't there. Get out of there, get the first down. He was able to do that.
See the great block that Dylan Winfrey threw for the quarterback. Dylan, in his exuberance to come up and make a defensive play, he took his linebacker out of the frame. Here's a fake, and Atkins with the big body going up the middle. He'll lean, he'll reach, and he will get the Tucson touchdown from 12 yards away.
It's a touchdown.
Well, on the first look there, Dale, I didn't see anything that would cause me to believe that Atkins didn't get there with the reach out.
56 is eligible, number 56.
Yeah, if you're Kevin Guy, he's already down to the other sideline. He's not going to challenge that. We talked about Atkins, and gets going north and south. Tough to get his big body on the ground.
And the kick for Leventritt is good. And guess what? The Sugar Skulls have grabbed the lead from Arizona. They lead 27-21 as we grab this timeout with 11:20 on the clock in the third quarter. Stand by, everybody. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Meet Blair.
Hi.
In her youth, Blair dreamt of becoming a pro basketball player. Today in accounts receivable, Blair pursues that elusive dream. One missed shot at a time. Blair, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service and the excitement of live in-game betting, where you can bet live on every game all season long.
Yes!
BetRivers.com, it's a whole new game.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
It is exciting to be a part of the IFL in this day and age as it grows and the excitement builds and big things continue to happen. Congratulations to Todd Tryon, the commissioner of the league, and all that the IFL has been able to accomplish and continue to build on. Thank you to great sponsors like Modelo, sponsors of Arizona Rattlers football here, as we bring you our broadcast from downtown Phoenix, from the Footprint Center. Reminds me also, I want to say thank you to the Phoenix Suns. They are tremendous hosts of Arizona Rattlers football here at the Footprint Center. This is the home of the Phoenix Suns. I want to thank our friends Carl and Oscar and Devin, and there's a bunch more. These are part of the great team here with the Phoenix Suns that help support everything that we do. So I just wanted to give those guys a shout out as Rattlers bring it out. Dylan Winfrey is tackled at the 17-yard line. Well, Dylan hasn't been able to shake that kick cover team of Tucson just yet. He had the opening kick that he took back was a pretty nice return out across midfield, Dale, but the way he runs with the ball when he gets it, he gets ahead of steam quickly. He's not that guy that's really waiting for it to open up. He goes full tilt from the beginning. You just can't wait to see him break one.
He does. It looks like he relishes the opportunity, and he's going to give 100% every time he has an opportunity.
And this is Jorge Reyna. He's going to pitch it out right side. That's Jagger Gardner on the end of that toss sweep to the right. He crosses the 20. He is out to the 22-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 for Gardner. And here comes second down and 5 for the Rattlers.
Well, you talk about wanting to have a response to that opening touchdown drive by Tucson here in the second half. And this is where Reyna and company have got to step up. As I said, at halftime, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Rattlers mix it up a little bit more, run the football a few more times, and maybe mix in another screen or two. Remember, that screen, all Reyna had to do is get a little air under the ball, and there was plenty of room to run after you caught it.
Some meat has definitely been left on the bone in this one. Fake it, and Reyna this time carries it, trying to do his best Drew Powell impersonation. Running the football, it's not a very familiar facsimile of what Drew Powell does with the ball in the open field, but Reyna has thrown the ball pretty well today, that's for sure, and he'll gain a first down on that carry to the 23-yard line of Tucson.
He does not have the big playability with his feet that we've seen as you sit there and look at past Arizona Rattler quarterbacks, but just keeping the defense honest is really good enough a lot of the time.
Started 8 games last season for San Diego, and he'll give it this time on the fly sweep. And Jamal Miles will get punched into the boards just shy of the 15-yard line, or right at it. Looks like they will mark him at the 15 with that gain. 8 yards to pick up for Jamal Miles with his first run from scrimmage tonight.
So do you want to just start referring to me as Nostradamus, Nostradamus? What did I just say? I told you at halftime, what was Kevin Guy going to do?
You did.
He's going to run the football.
Establish the run.
And
yeah.
They haven't thrown a pass yet, have they?
No, they haven't.
Okay.
Not to start the second half.
I'm just checking.
Nostradamus. I don't know. I'm not sure I like the ring there. Here's Gardner. He's going to reverse field, turn it up, and try and get back, and he does. He got back to the line of scrimmage and then fell forward for, and I say fell, pushed his way forward for a yard gain on the play. He'll be marked at the 14-yard line, just shy of the first down. It's third down and a little bit less than 3 feet to go right here, Dale. I don't know, do you take a shot here with this, thinking I can pick up 2.5 feet?
Oh, well, you know it's 4-down territory. So, yeah, if you're going to take a shot, right here is it. We're going to throw a little double move at him, see if you can get somebody to bite. You see all the defensive back up in tight coverage.
See if Coach Guy decides to stay on the ground. He does. Flip it. Miles outside, and Jamal easily gaining the necessary yardage for the first down. 8 yards, as a matter of fact, is the gain for Jamal. Takes it to the 6-yard line. First and goal now for the Rattlers. How about Coach Guy? Alabama boy. Coach Guy doing his Bear Bryant impression out there.
The old wishbone and 3 yards, cloud of dust, and really relish the opportunity to run the football and impose your will on the opponent.
And they'll run the option. Gardner is stood up, driven back. A beautiful form tackle by Rasheed Hodge coming up defensively for Tucson, able to dump him for maybe a 2-yard loss on the play.
Yeah, because we talked about in that first quarter, these defensive backs for Tucson. Coach Guy talked about how physical they come up and make tackles, and they hit you like linebackers, but they're actually defensive backs, and Hodge, one of those guys. I mean, that's one that you're going to put on coaching tape in a form tackle, head up, bend at the knees, and explode into the run.
Great look again on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. Gardner, fake it to him, and Reyna under pressure steps to the side, throws this one out of bounds. And a marker down at the end of it. That'll be a late hit. Roughing the quarterback, something in that flavor.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 44. Half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Well, that's another big hit on Jorge Reyna. Again, buying some extra time. Nobody open initially. Has to roll out to his right. Then you see big number 44. Ball's gone. Takes him down. I always kind of get a chuckle. Ronald Collins, number 44. He's 6'2", 290 pounds. 44s are supposed to be like 220.
Yeah. Yeah, unless your name is Robert Newhouse. I think Robert Newhouse went a little, tipped the scales a little bit bigger than that back in his day. Anybody know Robert Newhouse? Here's the fly sweep to Miles. Jamal cuts it back right into the arms of the defender who makes another good play. That's Rasheed Hodge again, helping to put a stop on a Rattlers forward effort. That's a loss of a foot or two on the play for Jamal. Miles, let me introduce you to the officials for tonight's game. The referee is Reed Brotherton. You've been hearing his calls throughout the night. The head linesman, Kevin Kaiser. Line judge, Todd Evans. The umpire, Mark Warner. And the back judge is Kanan Kaiser. He's got a little family action going on there with the officiating crew tonight in this one. Just inside the 4-yard line for the Rattlers, a second down play. Second and goal. Reyna throws over the middle of the end zone, just behind his receiver. Well, on these throws, kind of in this area of the field, Dale, as that one is incomplete to Scott. These throws, he has sailed a bunch of these throws. We have seen a lot of these throws near the goal line, near the end zone, that have just, zipped him too much, too tall for his receivers.
Well, the other thing about, as I've talked about, when you get down to this edge of the field, all the windows become tighter. You got to make a decision. You've got to get the ball out quickly. You've got to go to your read and hit it. You hang on to the football, that's when hands get up in the air, that's when deflected balls happen, and that's when bad things happen offensively.
As I say that, by the way, that was a catchable ball. Here comes Reyna, and he'll drop back and loft it. 3 defenders around Braxton Haley who could not elevate just enough to get to that one. Again, a ball thrown high to the receiver in the end zone. And it'll be incomplete to bring up 4th down and goal.
I don't know. It looked like there was something weird there, like the ball was snapped. I don't know if everybody was ready. It just looked something odd.
Yeah, it's almost like they weren't.
The line wasn't ready. The ball came too early.
Yeah, what's happening here? Was there a whistle? Who knows? Reyna puts him in motion. Big 4th down play inside the 5-yard line. And a dart that is knocked in the air, and it is intercepted. The return comes out across the 10. And he's going to stay on his feet for a decent return for Tucson. Travion Bryant is the guy that hauls it in. And at the 3:54 mark here in the 3rd quarter, we're going to grab a timeout, everybody. It's Tucson 27, Arizona 21. Change of possession. We'll be back more in the 3rd quarter coming up. This is Arizona Rattlers football as you see that play again on our way out.
Meet Carl.
Sup?
Ever since he was a little boy, Carl dreamed of being baseball's greatest outfielder. There was only one problem. Carl, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service in the excitement of same-game parlays like taking the over, picking the winner, and player props. You can bet on the sports you love.
Yes!
You finally caught something, Carl. BetRivers.com. It's a whole new game.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Hey, we're back into it, everybody. There's Tucson with the interception. And well, you can't quite see on that angle. Or can you? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. If you watch closely, the defensive, I believe that is that Curtis Chin, who's the head coach, or is I don't know, but watch the coach go up over the dasher pad right there, and we're going to actually have to get back to the action as we watch the ball go down the left sideline. That is caught in stride. A beautiful Ramon Atkins pass to Carrington Thompson, and Tucson is going to add to a 6-point advantage. They're on top by 12 now, 33-21 after that connection.
Well, you talk about taking advantage of momentum. You get the interception. Not real good field position, but you decide to take a shot while the Rattlers still maybe feeling just a little bit sorry for themselves. They go after the young defensive back, Hempel Toledo, who struggled a little bit in coverage tonight.
Leventritt able to connect on the point after try for Tucson. And they lead 34-21. Tucson had not been getting a lot of overall respect. They have been ranking very low in the coaches poll. And that was even after last week's impressive victory over San Diego.
Well, it wasn't really much. A little out and up, kind of a little double move. But I tell you what, I'm very, very impressed with the accuracy of Ramon Atkins. Not only does he have great size and can run with the football, but he's put a lot of deep passes right on the money, made it very easy for his receivers to come up with some great catches.
Nova Home Loans, the official presenting sponsor of Arizona Rattlers Instant Replay during our broadcasts. And now the Rattlers are going to have to go to work, make up some ground, work on this 2-touchdown deficit. Well, we've talked about Chris Dixon, who the Rattlers, well, he was coaching with the team last year. He was, after many years in the league, and he has participated in 8 championships in indoor football for.
He's like the Bill Russell of indoor football.
Yeah, he really is. And he is the backup. He came off of out of retirement to be the backup quarterback, at least for a period of time for the Rattlers. Wouldn't necessarily think that we're headed towards seeing him as we watch great coverage. Wow, I was, for some reason, Travaris Farrell caught my eye as he was leading the spear of that attack on the coverage team. He was not well blocked coming full speed and coming downhill so fast that the return couldn't get out of his way. It was a great coverage.
6'2", 220 plus pounds. Watch him fly down the field, and yeah, I'm not so sure anybody really wanted a piece of him as he got a full head of steam. He's been all over the football field, made a couple really good plays for Tucson.
I think Dylan Winfrey thought he was going to get a better block. Wide open, beat the defense. Jamal Miles couldn't catch up to Reyna's pass. It's incomplete, and Reyna, he got his hand dinged up a little bit on the play as well.
Well, and that's one of those that, you don't get a whole lot of opportunities where you got your best receiver just runs past everybody, nobody within 5 yards of him, and that's one of those that, boy, you wish you could have held on to for a split second longer, because all you have to do is lay that up, put a little air underneath the football, and make it an easy catch.
I'm not sure what Tucson was doing, because both those receivers that ran go routes, both Miles, the intended receiver, and Braxton Haley on the opposite side, both of them easily got past the defense. Dalen, there was no double move. They were just running go routes the entire way, and both guys got open. Couldn't hit either one, of course. Reyna backpedals, steps and throws, and he's got his pass complete at the 20, across the 20. And that is Scott with 4 defenders dragging him down. There's a marker down after the catch was made.
Yeah, I think you're going to need an illegal block on Jamal Miles. Maybe a clip.
There is no foul for an illegal block on the back. Result of the play is a first down.
Oh.
Timeout on the field for injury.
Well, after 4 of those defenders gathered around Isaiah Scott trying to make that tackle, one of them is going to come up a little worse for wear on that.
It looks like it was Hodge who was on the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, he is getting some work right now. Almost looks like it's a cramp situation, really. Dale, 34-21, you see the score. Tucson in front of Arizona with 1:33 remaining in the third period. Thank you to Nova Home Loans, our presenting replay sponsors for Arizona Rattlers football. And while we wait for them to take care of Hodge, and he looks okay, he's gonna make it off the field. I think it was just a cramp. He looks fine. Check the Arizona Rattlers' upcoming schedule here in just a moment. As we come out of the injury timeout, 34-21. Tucson in front.
Well, nice job by Reyna there, overcoming the overthrow, able to come up with the first down. Now let's get the ball moving a little bit. You've got to respond here, down 2 scores.
Reyna steps up and gets tripped up, and that's going to be a quarterback sack. He stops short of the line of scrimmage. The guy that got the contact on him was Ronald Collins, 6'2", 290, straight up the middle. He'll make the play. 2 yards lost on the play, and the first quarterback sack registered today. I believe that was the first one. And it'll be 2nd down and 12 now. Arizona has another home tilt next Saturday. They're going to be at home against the Duke City Gladiators. Come on out and enjoy some Arizona Rattlers football. Kickoff at 6:05 next Saturday at home against Duke City. Reyna throws from the pocket. And a nice pickup. Let's check it for you. That is going to go about 16 yards to Braxton Haley. Well, that should bolster the confidence a little bit. Actually, that's Isaiah Scott who hauled it in. Pardon me.
Yeah, Isaiah Scott having himself a nice game tonight. Nice big target. Once you give Reyna a little bit of time and he doesn't have to move too much, his accuracy improves dramatically.
Final 7 seconds now of the third period. Another strike thrown to the 8-yard line. It's going to be Scott. Nope, Gardner this time. Gardner hauls it in as we close out the third period. The Rattlers are on the march, but they trail by 2 scores here. Outscore Tucson 34, Arizona 21. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in a moment, everybody. More Arizona Rattlers football is on the way.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
If DJ Citizen Jane quit on her passion for music, she never would have left her career as a detective to pursue it. If she let starting at the bottom scare her, she never would have hustled to play bigger and bigger shows. And if she was content with being one of the best Latina artists in Miami, she wouldn't be electrifying the crowd in sold-out shows around the world. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
Who's ready for another great IFL season? Our first broadcast of the year here, the first home game for the Arizona Rattlers. They're on the march with the football right now as we begin the fourth quarter. We'll flip sides of the field, and the Rattlers will be facing second down and 3.
Again, you saw that first drive the second half, ran the football all the way down the field, were not able to come up with any points. Imperative that they somehow, some way find a way to get the ball in the end zone here as the fourth quarter gets underway.
Jagger Gardner flanking the quarterback, Jorge Reyna, and a 2nd down and 3. Miles goes in motion behind the quarterback, and he is the intended receiver. He reaches behind, and he hauls it in, and he reaches across. We were blind our view of the play, so we'll see what the replay shows on this. But that is an Arizona Rattlers touchdown.
They are discussing it right now. One of the officials saying it's incomplete. Oh, all right.
See what this view shows. Boy, that's a nice catch, isn't it?
It was a great catch. Ball thrown behind him, able to reach it and secure it. I did see one official waving it off, but he was talked out of it.
After further discussion and a point after, Arizona pulls back to within 6. Our score, Tucson 34, Arizona 28. Floyd Simmons along with my broadcast partner, the 3-time Super Bowl champion, Dale Hellestrayers. What did you call yourself, Dale? Dale Stradamus?
No, Nostradamus.
Nostradamus.
Come on.
Nostradamus.
You never heard of that fictitious character?
You know, Dale, I mean.
I want you to go back tonight. Tomorrow, I want you to listen to what I said at halftime.
Okay.
I bet you Kevin Guy's going to run the football more and maybe throw a screen or two.
Yeah.
Well, what did he do? He ran the football a lot more.
You nailed it.
Right back in this football game. And again, receivers doing some good things. Reyna giving them a chance. And now a one-score game with an entire fourth quarter to go.
I'm going to find out what Sandy thinks about Nostradamus. I want to see if I'm the only one who's having issues with that. Right after the kickoff, we'll check in with Sandy, everybody.
Be nice, Sandy.
13:59 remaining in the fourth quarter. And as per normal, that first 12:59 is going to go by pretty quick. If you're the Arizona Rattlers, you got to stabilize. Don't let Tucson get the leg up. Here's Craig, the leg. Peterson, the kick, fielded at the 5-yard line. And that's going to be Ben Jones bringing it out to the 15-yard line. Among those getting there was Braxton Haley as we toss to Sandy. Sandy, what do you think? Nostradamus, is that working for you?
It is, yes, it's definitely working for me. I do want to mention, and just so everyone remembers, this is a really young team. Before the first game of the season, Coach Guy, he hadn't even coached 12 of these players. He did tell me that there's going to be a learning curve, so be patient, and he's going to be patient. He said as they come together, as the newness wears off, they're going to gel. And he also told me the chemistry in the locker room is great.
Ramon Atkins lines him up, and he hands it off. Mike Jones powering his way for a very tough 4-yard gain to the 20-yard line. You know, it is a young team for the Rattlers, but one of the guys that's stepping up, giving great leadership, and he's on that defensive line. He's lining up over the center right now. Uric Jones, the guy that was acquired from Northern Arizona's championship team last year. And, you know, Coach Guy mentioned this about Uric, that he is really about the best defensive lineman leader he's ever had since he's gotten here to Arizona. I'm talking about Coach Guy there.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you talk about Jones, usually defensive linemen aren't the leaders of a football team. They're playmakers. They're a little bit goofy. They got to screw loose. But you're talking about 6'7" and 300 pounds when you're talking about Jones with big, long arms. You usually don't see nose tackles 6'7" inches tall.
Timeout taken on the field. We'll grab a quick timeout, everybody. Stand by. Tucson spending the first of their 3 second-half timeouts. They lead by 6. We'll be back with more in the fourth quarter. Arizona Rattlers football.
Meet Blair.
Hi.
In her youth, Blair dreamt of becoming a pro basketball player. Today in accounts receivable, Blair pursues that elusive dream. One missed shot at a time. Blair, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service and the excitement of live in-game betting, where you can bet live on every game all season long.
Yes!
BetRivers.com, it's a whole new game.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Every body is different. Some get injured, while others wear down. At Ortho Arizona, your unique condition is at the center of what we do. With over 20 locations and 70 physicians in the Valley, we offer orthopedic procedures, therapy, and athletic performance for the most important reason of all, getting you back to an active, pain-free life. Ortho Arizona, your destination for quality orthopedic care since 1994.
We're back in. That's a hat. I've seen hats in my past. That, my friends, that is a hat. You go down to the hat shop and you shop for a fitted hat and you say, give me the 15. I'll take the 15. Here is a pass completed short of the first down. It'll bring up third down and about a foot to go. And Dale, as we bring it back in, Tucson in front, 34-28 here in the fourth quarter. I heard it too.
Yeah.
I heard it too. Dale, I heard the lack of resounding support for Nostradamus from Sandy. I heard it too. It wasn't. She wasn't really feeling it.
No, not a whole lot of sincerity from her. I think she was saying, I'm not going to make him feel too bad in the first game, and I'm just going to get my point across.
Yeah, and I just got to say, Sandy, you can make him feel as bad as you want. Here's a give left side, cut back, and Mike Jones spinning his way across the 15 and gets the first down. That was a nice run for a great running back who's been pretty well contained in this game. He got about 12 right there, Mike Jones did. Handed to the Rattlers defense. Really, they have mostly contained Mike all night long. That was a pretty good run against a defense that's been determined to stop him.
Well, he's listed at 210. He's 5'11" inches tall, maybe more like 225. When he can get that left foot in the ground and get going north and south, really difficult to get on the ground.
He'll take it again, and he'll get some tough yardage across the 10-yard line. Mark him down for a gain of, let's say, 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6. Tucson moving, trying to extend the lead again. They've led by as many as 12 points in the game, and right now the lead is 6.
Well, and you take a look at that big offensive line at Tucson, 320, 315, 315 across the front. Just coming off the football, can that defensive front for the Rattlers make a stop? I would be surprised if they don't run the football again right here.
I'll correct myself. The lead has been as many as 13. 13 points for Tucson. Handoff, left side, Jones hit right at the line of scrimmage. Merriweather coming in to help out. And also in on the play for the Rattlers defensive line, Arthur Randall. Randall getting there to help make that stop. Holding to essentially well, it's just a short game. Third down and 4 coming up.
Yeah, third down and 4. Again, really important juncture of the game. You know, the clock's already down to 10 minutes after this play. You talk about that first 14 minutes going by in a hurry. See if you can't at least force them to maybe attempt a field goal.
Atkins gets the movement going. Here's the throw. It's caught a yard deep. That is Thompson on the receiving end. Carrington Thompson with the touchdown for Tucson. Their lead is again 2 scores over Arizona.
Really nice job by Thompson, making sure that he gets 2 yards deep into the end zone so he can come back for the football, and it's still a score. Really nice throw by Atkins. You saw where the ball came out on time. It makes it so much more difficult to cover when the ball is thrown on time rather than the quarterback holding it.
Leventritt with the kick. The kick is good, and it's Tucson 41, Arizona 28. 9 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, fourth quarter. Back in a moment, everybody. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. We specialize rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training. Our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Meet Blair.
Hi.
In her youth, Blair dreamt of becoming a pro basketball player. Today in accounts receivable, Blair pursues that elusive dream. One missed shot at a time. Blair, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service and the excitement of live in-game betting, where you can bet live on every game all season long.
Yes!
BetRivers.com, it's a whole new game.
Football fans, for over 40 years, Nova Home Loans has been focused on helping homeowners find the perfect loan to fit their financial needs and personal goals. At Nova Home Loans, we'll get you home. Thank you to Nova Home Loans. They are presenting sponsors of our instant replay package here with Arizona Rattlers football. The Rattlers have won 5 straight home opening games. That is in severe danger right now. Tucson 41, Arizona 28. Rattlers are 15-1 in their last regular season, 16 their last 16 regular season home games. They've had a lot of success since we have had the privilege with the Simmons Media Group of providing you broadcast coverage of Arizona Rattlers football, but this game not going their way yet. Dylan Winfrey up the middle, bye-bye! Across the 20, he'll be chased down across the 15-yard line. Looking for a marker, I'm not seeing one.
Yeah, I think there'd be an illegal block.
There it is.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 20. Half the distance to the goal. 1st and 10, Arizona.
Yeah, you can hear the Rattler fans expressing their lack of appreciation for that call, and I think it was right there, right?
It was. I was watching the block.
Hands.
Right at the point of attack. Watch that block right. That was not it.
No.
It was above him. But boy, oh boy, Farrell took a shot from somebody, number 7 for Tucson. The guy has wreaked a lot of havoc.
Yeah, Farrell's been dishing it out,
yes,
right?
Yes, he has, and he took one there. Unfortunately, the holding call brings the ball back.
It was, I guess, his turn to get the dish. 9:05 remaining in regulation. Back to throw Reyna up the middle. That is just over Braxton Haley's hands. Boy, it looked like Braxton was a little turned a little early on that, and it will be incomplete. It had that feel like it was going to hit him in stride, didn't it?
Well, Tucson does a lot with their defensive backs. They jump routes. If they miss, that's when guys get wide open. Right there was a miss. The thing that I think that you'll probably see this team work on this coming week with Coach Guy and Reyna, getting a little air under the ball. Let your guy run underneath it. Give him an opportunity to catch the football.
Second down play, Reyna. And they complete the screen pass up the middle to Gardner. He's able to slip one tackle, and then he goes down at the 15-yard line. Gain of 8 yards, or just about 8 yards on the play for the Rattlers.
Yeah, Joe Powell came up, one of those defensive backs, 6'1", 190 pounds. You can tell these defensive backs like to hit you. Don't usually see that at any level of football. The defensive backs are the pretty guys, and they cover and they prance and all that, but Sugar Skull's secondary loves to come up and hit you.
Third down. The Rattlers put him in motion. Reyna looked to his right. Now he is under a ton of pressure and kind of an ill-advised throw, but you take the sack or do you throw it into coverage? And fortunately for the Rattlers, well, he missed the defensive back.
Rule, there could be no horse collar tackle as the passer was in the alley. 4th down.
There's some interesting rules in the Indoor Football League. The alley, I would think a horse tackle's a horse tackle.
So the alley, is that guard to guard? Is that the alley, or where is the alley?
Or is the alley just outside the guard to the first receiver? We can check on that.
Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, look where the ball is lined up. So where is the alley in respect to where the ball is? Is the alley between the numbers? Is it, you know, the alley seemed a little wide on that is all I'm trying to get at. Here comes the dart completed to Isaiah Scott. Scott's got the first down. That'll be right at 10 yards and right at midfield after the completion for the Rattlers. Move the chains, keep it going. This possession here, Dale, has burned a lot of time. Yes. Remember, it was just a little over 9 minutes on the clock when they took over the football, and a lot of time has run off since then.
Well, I'm watching Reyna walk around. He's going to use Epsom salts bath tonight and tomorrow, and a lot of ice on that body.
Throwing again, steps up. And he goes down. Tried to step up and avoid the pressure from the outside. Maurice Jackson got to him. He got that 290-pound body moving into the pocket, and the quarterback sack dropped him for a loss of 7 on the play.
You're going to see him come to the right of your screen, working on Brandon Smith. Just beats him to the outside. Again, ball's not coming out, I think, as crisply and quickly as the Rattlers would like. You've got to be better pass protectors right there, but the ball's also got to start coming out just a little bit quicker because it's only a 3-man rush right now.
5 seconds on the play clock, and the snap to Reyna. Gets some good blocking and delivers to the Tucson 20-yard line, caught by Braxton Haley and then driven out at the 18-yard line in the vicinity of a 13-yard pickup on the play. So got back all that lost yardage on the sack. It does bring up 3rd down and 3 to go for the Rattler offense.
Really nice job there that time. Reyna bought a little extra time. Still getting pressure with only 3, which, boy, it's tough to do, but you got the Rattlers now spreading things out. No running back in the formation.
Reyna throws, and from his knees, a nice catch is made. Falling back to make that catch is Isaiah Scott.
Yeah, Scott's done a tremendous job tonight catching balls with his body. He's scored after he caught the ball, made people miss. That's a much more difficult catch than he made it look, I promise you that.
Kevin Guy, the head coach, 239 career victories coaching indoor football. One of the all-time great totals. And that 239, he'd like to make it 240 tonight, but his team's got to go to work for him now. 4:13 remaining in regulation. Dump it out right side. And that's Gardner. Swinging out there and making the catch. Gardner's going to get it to about the 6.5-yard line. Short of the first down, they got to get to the 3 for that first down. They'd like to get the 6 points, though. That's what they've got in mind right now.
Now, see, I did my research on Kevin Guy. I have him at 240 wins. So I'm at 240. You have 239. So there's 2 questions that we need to ask.
Yeah.
We need to ask about the alley.
Yes.
And we need to ask about what happened to that one mysterious victory that I had that you don't.
Okay, you know what? I think you're right. And I'll tell you why here in a moment. Snap it. Quarterback draw. Reyna, the victim of his jersey one more time. He's going to go down at the 4-yard line. Boy, his jersey is a popular target tonight.
It is.
Everybody grabbing a handful of that number 11.
All stretched out. You can see the sleeves. The shoulder pad straps are coming out.
He's going to have to ask the equipment guy for a new jersey. This one's been stretched out a little bit. And by the way, it came up a yard shy. 3rd down and 1 to go. He's up under center now. They running? Yep. Stretch it right side. Off tackle in the end zone. That is a Jagger Gardner touchdown.
You talk about an important drive. You finish it off. Nice job by the offensive line. Brandon Smith, Cole Carter coming off the football, making some room to run the football, get into the end zone.
Here comes the kick. Peterson nails it. Splits them. And that's a big point after a big touchdown scored. Tucson 41, the Rattlers 35. A timeout, everybody. We'll be back in a moment with more Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
Back into it, everybody. We're in downtown Phoenix and bringing you Arizona Rattlers football. Thank you to Nova Home Loans. Yeah, Nova Home Loans. Together we got this. And that is exactly, I think, the speech that's going on in those huddles with the Arizona Rattlers right now. We got this. You got to get it. Thank you to Nova Home Loans, presenting sponsors of our replays here on our broadcast.
Be interesting to see Kevin Guy's strategy. They have all their timeout. I'm sorry. They do have all 3 timeouts. Tucson's used 1. Wonder if you go onside kick here. Wouldn't be the first time Kevin Guy's done this. But let's see what his strategy he decides to try. Do you kick it off and try and play defense?
Tucson is ready for it. Yep, and they're going to field it. And Carrington Thompson is going to take it into the end zone for a Tucson touchdown. Coach Guy rolled the dice. And Tucson was ready, and you could see they were in position, very athletic. They were expecting something. They weren't going to get caught flat-footed, and what a great bounce for Thompson. And he took it in for the touchdown.
Well, you know, almost wonder when you see them line up like this, do you maybe try and call an audible of some sort to not kick it right in the middle? Because they had everybody right there, and Thompson was ready to pick it up. You obviously don't see it happen very often where they pick it up and go score with it. Usually guys will just fall on it.
Well, if there's any good news in any of that, it is that the extra point is wide of the mark, so that's no good. That'll keep us at 12 points. Tucson 47, Arizona 35. A minute 53 remaining in regulation.
And just remember, 53 seconds is going to go quick. But that last minute, you can drag that out a lot. Remember, you touch the dasher board, the clock stops. Incomplete pass, the clock stops. All those things can make the clock stop. The other thing to remember, new rule in the IFL this year, is that you don't have to gain positive yardage to keep the clock running in that last minute.
Yeah, asked Kevin Guy about that. Coach, do you like that rule? And he says, well, it depends on whether I'm winning the game or not winning the game at that point. I think you're going to like it a lot if you're winning the game. I think Tucson is right now liking the prospect of taking a knee in the final moments of this one. Arizona, by the way, 3 timeouts remaining. Tucson has a pair of timeouts, and the Sugar Skulls leading 47-35. Now, here's another question, and I don't know just how much leg Leventritt has, the kicker for Tucson, but Do you maybe try to kick the deuce right here and make it a 14-point game?
Well, because, you know, when you sit there and look at it, 12 point, it's a two-score game any way you look at it. I don't think you do that.
Well, he is going to kick this one, knock it pretty high, and it's fielded 2 yards deep. And that's Dylan Winfrey.
Because Kevin did talk to us yesterday a little bit about, you know, you can score 10 points in a drive by scoring a touchdown, going for 2, and then going for the deuce. You know, you can get 10 points in one drive. But it being 12, I think you play it more standard, just like Tucson did.
I don't know how many times I want to be kicking off to Dylan Winfrey either. I know they covered it fairly well, but electric, dynamic. Got to be a little scary if you're on that coverage team. First down play coming up from the Rattlers 22. Throw it deep. That pass caught for the Arizona touchdown.
What a catch.
Well, it was a great throw, too. Perfectly placed by Jorge Reyna and Isaiah Scott with no fear on the catch. Touchdown, Rattlers.
He knew he was going to take a hit right in his view.
Play. It's a touchdown. After play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 6, his first of the game for removing his helmet. That 15-yard penalty banked and enforced after the kickoff. Arizona will have his try for point.
Knew he was going to get hit as Powell once again had a bead on him, and you have the dasher board behind you to be able to come down with that football. Tremendous catch.
Peterson able to connect on the point after try. So our score is Tucson 47, Arizona 42. Now a touchdown would do it for the Rattlers, but they've got to play some defense coming up shortly. 1:11 remaining. We'll have the 1-minute warning in just a moment, so we'll stay here after you look again at Isaiah Scott hauling it in, taking the shot, and not backing down. Courageous catch by Isaiah.
Nice job by Reyna there. You could tell he almost wanted to dive a little bit to his left. Instead, he rose up and threw the football. Now, Floyd, you take a look at this. 47-42. If you're Kevin Guy, do you try and go for the deuce to make it a 3-point game? I think it'd be very, very risky, but those are the kind of decisions that come into play.
So a 5-point difference. There were moments in this second half when it felt like Tucson might blow this thing open, but you know, Dale, again, this is what's so great about the IFL and the way the game is played, the way the clock is structured, the way the rules happen for you, and it is just so easy to come back in these final moments. You might be down 2-3 touchdowns, and yet you can still give yourself a shot if you can execute some good things in those final moments.
Well, it's really a shame as you look at this. That you can't take that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the kickoff, move the ball to the 15-yard line, and attempt a deuce.
Onside try, and it's covered up by Tucson inside the 10-yard line. And the guy with the sure hands coming up to make the play. You have to stop J.J. Dallas.
right. Remember, you got the 15-yard penalty that's going to be enforced here. So almost back to midfield.
Okay, so Tucson will take over at the Rattlers 24-yard line. And a quick chance to talk with Isaiah Scott, who's come up big, including that touchdown a moment ago. Let's throw it down to Sandy.
Thanks, Floyd. Isaiah, how were you able to come down with that?
I was just trying to make a play for my team. It's a crucial moment right now. I was just trying to come through for my team. My number was called.
What is the chemistry like with Reyna?
Timeout on the field.
No, he a new quarterback in there. He came in. All I can do is respect him coming in and playing his game. That's all.
Floyd, back to you.
Thank you, Sandy. That's Isaiah Scott, who has really come up big, including that terrific catch a moment ago from Jorge Reyna. Stand by, everybody. A quick timeout at the 1-minute warning. We're back with more from downtown Phoenix, the Snake Pit. This is Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Spooner has been revolutionizing our community's experience with physical therapy and hand therapy in the Valley since 1990. Spooner helps you move better and feel better. Through specialized rehabilitation, personalized treatment plans, and functional performance training, our therapists, athletic trainers, and strength coaches provide programming to help you achieve your movement goals in life and on the field. Our team is your team. Visit SpoonerPT.com to find one of our Valley-wide locations near you.
Ready for a change of course? Discover a desert oasis studded with greens. Tee off into narrow canyons or go long on wide open fairways. With a storied golf history and a long list of courses designed by the greats of the game, your perfect golf getaway is right here in Tucson, Arizona. Find out more at visittucson.org/golf.
The moment of truth, literally the 1-minute mark of the fourth quarter. That's what's left. 1 minute to play in this one tonight in downtown Phoenix. Welcome back to the Footprint Center, everybody. Thank you to Nova Home Loans, presenting sponsors of our instant replays with Arizona Rattlers football. Tucson 47, Arizona 42. A stop right here. That's what you need. Dale, you pointed out something that Kevin Guy makes a point of emphasis on a regular basis. You got to get stops. Whoever wins that battle, whoever gets more stops during the course of a game normally prevails, and that's exactly what his defense has got to get done right now.
Well, you can do that. You can even hold them to a field goal and still have a chance here. You are down 47-42. Hold them to a field goal. You got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie the game. So there's many ways that you can have a chance, but it does all start with you've got to stop them to have a chance.
Well, for a second straight game in this early part of the 2023 season, the Rattlers have a chance to win a game from behind in the closing moments. Right now, it's up to the defense to give the offense that opportunity, unless the defense themselves can come up with a score.
Well, again, that's one of the differences in the indoor football league. They like to keep it young. And as Coach Guy has mentioned a number of times, this team will grow as the season goes along, but this is one of those growing processes. How do you respond to this adversity? Can you get that stop? Can you come together and think one guy make a play to help his team win the football game?
So 47-42 is our score. I remind you that the Arizona Rattlers will be at home next Saturday as well. Come on out to the Footprint Center. Get yourself a ticket. Enjoy some Rattlers football. It's going to be a kickoff. Start time 6:05 next Saturday night. Arizona taking on Duke City.
Looks like they're reviewing something over there. I'm wondering what the delay is. the head official over looking at the video review board.
Yeah, they're definitely looking at something. And we don't really know what that is. We missed his announcement of that. And I would like to know who asked for the review.
I'm almost certain that it was Tucson asking for a review of something. Here they come with the decision.
There was a delay to determine if the score was correct, and indeed it is correct.
Well, it's not very often that you see a review and go back and take a look. What was the score at this time before that happened?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who was questioning that, but nothing seemed out of sorts or out of the ordinary when we were tallying the score and they were flashing it on the board. But somebody along the way questioned that. 1 minute remaining. It is indeed Tucson 47, Arizona 42, and Atkins will hand off. They're going to try to keep it in the middle of the field. That is Ben Jones, and Ben is going to take it inside the 5-yard line. What a run, the first time he has run from scrimmage tonight, and he is able to pick up 20 yards.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 53 seconds.
Benjamin
53
Jones.
seconds.
He doesn't get nearly enough opportunities. He's a great running back, but he's got Mike Jones in front of him.
Yes.
Can't get him a lot of touches, but that's a great 20-yard pickup.
Well, it's really a great changeup for Tucson. You got Mike Jones,
53 seconds.
210, 220 pounds, runs like a freight train, and then you got Ben Jones, listed at 195, looks like he runs like a 185-pounder. Really difficult. Now, they're running the clock, and I thought that Kevin Guy had called timeout.
Yeah, and he came out, and I thought he was asking for a timeout again. And what he's doing now is he's saying, why is the clock running? They're doing a runoff or something.
A lot of confusion.
And Kevin Guy's
Timeout.
livid right now.
Arizona.
He called timeout on the previous play.
Well, you know there's going to be, whatever the outcome is here, Coach Guy is going to give us some pretty good sound at the end of this game, I can assure you. And he has given an earful to each one of those officials. 32.5 seconds on the clock is what it says. So they stopped the play. Now there is going to be a marker on the coach. Unsportsmanlike conduct. The referee he was so nervous he did not turn his mic on to tell us. Well, he's given the whole discussion to nobody. He forgot to turn his microphone on. I think he ought to repeat himself.
Well, it's unsportsmanlike conduct on Kevin Guy. But Kevin Guy called timeout. That's why they stopped the clock. Called the timeout, stopped the clock.
There's another flag. Or maybe they're just repeating what they said.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Arizona head coach. He's ejected. The penalty enforced half the distance to the goal. First down, Tucson.
Wow, and unfortunately that was a blatant missed call by that officiating crew. There was a timeout, and they did not honor that timeout.
The ball came to just inside the 5-yard line on the Ben Jones run.
Yes.
And then the official said, reset the game clock to 53 seconds.
After the timeout was called. And then they started running the clock on the official signal. The official signaled to run the clock. And I think they're going to go back and they're going to go, we really, really blew this one.
Now the official is coming over to talk to Coach Guy, who went to the corner. And I think he's saying, you got to go outside the field of play to Coach. Coach was inside the dasher.
Boy, that, again, tough way.
Yeah, 100% for sure. Well,
I mean, if you're Tucson, do you even want to score here?
they're trying to. Direct snap on the Wildcat to Mike Jones. He's going to lean it, get inside the 1-yard line. He is stopped about a foot short, and then a timeout taken. The guy that takes over.
Timeout. Arizona, they're second.
The guy that takes over for Coach Guy is Saya Burley.
Yeah, and he's not even out on the field, so he had to run from the bullpen to come out and call timeout.
I'm not going to repeat Coach Guy's language there.
I'm not so sure why Tucson just wouldn't take a knee here.
I get that. 23.7 seconds. You make them spend their final timeout, and then you snap it, and the game is over. Another marker down.
Delay game. Defense number 93. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
Did he slap the ball out and make it a...
Yeah, that's what teams are going to try and do when you can take a knee.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 23.7 seconds.
Half the distance makes it...
23.7 seconds.
Half the distance makes it second down and goal from the 4-inch line.
Right, which is why I don't know if you're Tucson why you're trying to score. You score, then you got to kick the ball off. You got to play defense.
Yeah.
To just take a knee, use the last time out, and then you end the game on the next play. But what the Rattlers trying to do is they're trying to dive on that ball just as it's being snapped.
Mike Jones. Mike is hit, but he goes into the end zone. The lean in is going to produce the 6 for Tucson. That's a touchdown.
The run on the field is the runner broke the goal line. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a touchdown. No question about it. And it comes with 19.5 seconds on the clock. So you're right, Dale. They could have ran the clock out there.
Yes.
But by putting the points on the board and, yes, getting a two-score lead, they've got to kick the ball off.
Yes.
Arizona theoretically has time. They run it back, perhaps.
6 is eligible, number 56.
There's a lot of stuff that can happen. Plus, plus your defenders now have to go out and play 3 or 4 snaps. Possibility again.
That's right.
I don't understand that strategy from Tucson at all.
Well, Curtis Chin is the
coach is challenging the ruling the field of a touchdown. The play is under review.
Well, I guess you might as well challenge it, right? You've got your timeout remaining. You might as well go ahead and challenge this. I think they're going to lose that challenge. But if you're the Rattlers, who knows? Who knows? Maybe there's a chance of hope there. Big smile on Curtis Chin's face, the head coach for Tucson. But in his first year as the head coach, maybe, Dale, he's just not connecting with, maybe he's living in the old rules way of doing things.
And that very easy could be. It could be a learning experience. Yeah, it looks like the ball crosses the plane before any part of his body does. But that just, again, I'm always thinking, why play any more competitive downs than I have to?
After review, the ruling the field of a touchdown is confirmed. Arizona has charged its final timeout and is out of challenges.
And so, again, you put some more points on the board, but now you got to kick off. And like you said, you run a score back, you get on say, crazy things can happen in 19 seconds. We told our audience, man, the first 14 minutes of the fourth quarter are going to fly by. That last 1 minute can take forever.
For a 12-point lead, here is Leventritt's kick. And it is good. So it's now 54-42. Tucson is in front. And while it requires some semblance of a miracle at this point for the Rattlers to pull one off, the rules allow for the possibility of it, that's for sure. So 19.5 seconds right now here in this fourth quarter. Well, I don't know if we're going to... Well, I guess Coach Guy probably going to come out, right? He's probably going to make his way back on the field here.
Oh, do you really want to put Sandy in charge of that in her first game with the Arizona Rattlers?
Hey, Sandy, are you ready to... it could be a little testy if Coach Guy makes his way back out there on the field, get some words from him.
Yeah, definitely is going to be interesting. Everyone's actually wondering down here, a lot of questions. He was on the field. You saw the refs come up and make him get off the field. So I'm not really sure. A lot of people have had questions on can he even go to the press conference after. Not really sure what is going on, but it'll be interesting after, you guys.
Take another look at the touchdown.
Yeah,
I lost my IFB.
Hey, We'll see what Sandy's able to work up for us here in the postgame. We know for sure we want to speak to maybe a a couple of those Rattler players in our post-game wrap-up. We'll decide who.
I think they're going to be able to go back and replay the timeout call. The clock stopped, and then they started the clock again after the timeout was acknowledged. And that's when Kevin lost his mind.
Here's the kick. It's fielded halfway in, and a beautiful job by Carrington Thompson to come up and upend Dylan Winfrey. Now we'll leave 16.8 seconds. Well, Dale, so you've mentioned that a couple of times. So I thought what happened in the moment was they stopped the clock to move the chains. It was 53 seconds. They told them to put the 53 seconds back up, and then they started the clock again. And then Coach Guy I saw him signal. Now maybe he was signaling before that he wanted a timeout, wasn't given it. He was yelling at to the officials on the field, and the clock was counting down the whole time. And then eventually they stopped it, and then they didn't like maybe what he had to say about his commentary on how they handled that moment. One way or the other, he's ejected. That pass to Gardner is incomplete, and it leaves us with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, it leaves the Rattlers without any timeouts left. And, a little check down pass to Tucson will let you have that for the last 13 seconds of this game.
And after 5 straight home opening victories for the Rattlers, that streak is going to end tonight unless we get a big miracle coming up right here. And to punctuate the night this Rattlers team has had, there's a good defensive play by Maurice Jackson to bat the ball at the line of scrimmage. 9.1 seconds remaining. And it's 3rd down and 10. Rattlers from their own 12-yard line.
Yeah, Jackson 6'2", 290 pounds, gets his hands up in the air, reads Reyna's release. And this is going to be an interesting week for this Arizona Rattler football team, facing some adversity early in this football season.
3rd down play. Reyna winds up, throws to Scott, out of bounds, stop the clock with a 1st down. Gain of about 11 on the play to Isaiah Scott to add to his game-high receiving total for the Rattlers. But a 12-point deficit with 4.2 seconds left, yeah, that's going to be tough. I wonder when the last time the Rattlers began a season 3 games in at sub 500. It
seems like it's been a very, very long time. Very proud, very successful franchise.
Could be your final play right here, and it will be. Reyna steps up. Time has expired. He throws to the end zone. There are 3 defenders gathering around and intercepting the football. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. They say that Isaiah Scott took the ball away from the defender.
It's a touchdown.
And
that's the end of the game.
And he's got the touchdown on the final play of the game. Well, it's a loss. But what a way to finish.
What a tremendous effort, tremendous game by Isaiah Scott. Looked like there's 3 Sugar Skull defenders. 1 hand, 2 hands, still fighting for it. Now the other guy has his hands on the ball. That looks like it's Mike Minter. And somehow, some way, Isaiah Scott comes up with the football.
That is really unreal. What they're saying is that Hodge never possessed it. He never controlled it. And that guy there, Isaiah Scott, never gave up on it. You get an idea why Reyna targeted him so much today. Look at that, 3 defenders around Isaiah. There's the ball. It should be, well, I guess not should is a strong word for it, but certainly potentially interception right there. And I thought it was controlled by Hodge at that moment. I called it that way, didn't I? But Isaiah never gave up. He stayed with it. How about that, huh?
Tremendous catch.
Touchdown to close it out. And I'm looking for Coach Guy.
I don't think Coach Guy's going to be allowed back on the field.
Yeah, he's not reappeared. So I guess no opportunity to get And it's probably not a time to get his fresh
perspective
from the hip comments on this one tonight.
If I'm you, I'm not sure I'm putting Sandy in the line of fire to ask him what happened and what transpired.
I agree with that. Well, if we could get a final word with Isaiah Scott, maybe we talk to Isaiah about this one. I mean, he was certainly one of the bright spots on an otherwise disappointing night. Yeah, I'm looking around to see if I can spot Isaiah. Some of the players have left the field for the Rattlers. You take another look on the Nova Home Loans instant replay. And a ball that you just figure should belong at that point to one of three defenders bracketing him. But that's like growing up in a household of a bunch of boys, Dale, and everybody battling for the last scraps of the pot of spaghetti.
Well, I was going to say, most guys at that point, game's over, you're going to lose. They're not even going to give that effort. What a find to be able to go up and grab the ball and come down with it. Just a tremendous effort to finish off this ball game.
Well, Isaiah left the field early, so that'll do it for us in terms of being able to get some post-game here. They are going to do an autograph session, which they do frequently during the season, so when you get out to a Rattlers game, you just might get a chance to meet some of these guys and get some autographs. Well, they get set up for that down on the field. We're going to grab a timeout, and we'll have a little brief post-game wrap-up. Some of you watching on the WTSM TV streaming channel are going to get their post-game show coming up here in just a few moments. We're going to wrap up the rest of our broadcast, that IFL YouTube presentation, right after this break, this timeout. Stand by, everybody. We'll wrap it up from downtown Phoenix on this broadcast of Arizona Rattlers football.
Do you own your home? You may qualify for a cash-out refinance. Cash for home renovations, paying debt, or for whatever you need most. Connect with your local loan officer at Nova Home Loans today and see what you qualify for. Rates are still historically low and home values have increased, which could mean more cash to you. Don't wait. Visit NovaHomeLoans.com today to get started. Nova Home Loans. Our mission is simple. Yes.
Meet Carl.
Sup?
Ever since he was a little boy, Carl dreamed of being baseball's greatest outfielder. There was only one problem. Carl, you can play to win with BetRivers.com, featuring award-winning customer service in the excitement of same-game parlays like taking the over, picking the winner, and player props. You can bet on the sports you love.
Yes!
You finally caught something, Carl. BetRivers.com. It's a whole new game.
We at the IFL and our teams have always been involved in supporting the communities that support us. We have been honored to be able to help raise funds for local charities and schools. We've had opportunities to rightfully honor the first responders, the military, teachers, and other heroes of our communities. Our primary focus has been and will continue to be the youth in our local schools and programs. Our players have worked with them on the field of play, read with them in the classroom, and simply spent time with them as friends. We will continue these efforts, but feel it's time to bring nutrition into the fold. Build Your Base is the perfect partner for this edition. For the past 5 years, the Build Your Base program has been educating and empowering youth, high school, and college athletes to leverage the power of nutrition to support good health and athletic performance. Build Your Base will help us include a nutrition-based message into our time with local youth. We'll hold game time events in multiple communities throughout the 2023 season. Events will feature players visiting with local youth to play, visit, and have fun, all while teaching them about food, exercise, and nutrition. In 2023, look for game time events near you, as well as shared information about good health, good food, and good fun. Build Your Base will not just be the IFL's partner. Build Your Base will be our partner in our communities.
Well, we're back in to wrap it up. It's been a disappointing evening for the Arizona Rattlers, that's for sure. They had a moment, had an opportunity in the closing moments, but it was Tucson that executed when they needed to, and they come away with the victory tonight. The one-score win over Arizona. That drops the Rattlers to 1-2 on the campaign. By the way, you know they're going to be looking to work at getting that turned around soon. They've got the Duke City Gladiators next Saturday night, so it just doesn't get any easier at this point for the Rattlers. But Dale, tonight, when you look at it, there were some bright points. They did clean up some things from the loss to Bay Area, particularly on defense. However, this is a team that didn't do everything that they needed to do. That's for sure. They missed Drew Powell, there's no doubt, but they got to work around to figuring this one out.
They can win games with Reyna, and I think that he'll only get better as long as his body responds. He's going to be pretty darn sore for the next couple days. But I think they're going to look at the defense again, the secondary, a lot of open receivers for Tucson, meaning miscommunication, some blown coverages. I thought the defense played more physical. There were less missed tackles. There's a lot of positives to take out of it, but there's those little things, those little tweaks that need to be taken care of to win football games.
And you've got to look down the road to the return of Drew Powell. Does he make a difference? Well, listen, Jorge Reyna, you're right. They can win games with him, and he can deliver the football. There's no question. He is a fine passer, and he proved last year. In an 8-game stretch, he only played half the season for San Diego last year, but his stats were, you would put his stats for 8 games up against anybody in the league. Tonight, there may have been a little bit of lack of chemistry in a certain regard. We didn't see him finding Jamal Miles a lot. Jamal's got to be involved in that offense. Braxton Haley caught football but didn't get a lot of targets tonight. Now, Isaiah Scott, when they were throwing his direction, Reyna threw at him a lot tonight. And Isaiah rewarded him by giving him a good game and a good effort, multi-touchdown game tonight for Isaiah Scott. But there's something missing. There's no question about it.
But there's absolutely no doubt about that. And the funny thing is when you talk about a backup quarterback coming in, it's interesting because a lot of times they'll have chemistry with a receiver that's not the number one receiver, because guess what? He's been thrown to him on scout teams. He's been thrown to him, after practice, things like that. And so obviously Scott and Reyna have a chemistry. I think that you will see Reyna continue to improve. Kevin Guy will have a better feel for him working this week, knowing what he does well, knowing what he struggled with, and I think they'll build a great game plan around him.
You saw on your screen a moment ago, well, you see him right there, Simeon Gatling. He was one of the bright spots tonight, had an interception. You saw him make some terrific plays tonight on that defense for the Rattlers. There is a great crossing route catch for a touchdown for the Rattlers there, and if I'm not mistaken, that was Isaiah Scott who caught that pass for the score. It is, and he'll pop up right there, show you that jersey number 9. And how about Stryker? Stryker was in fine form tonight as well for the Rattlers. But I did want to mention on defense, I thought the guy who stood out tonight for sure was Simeon Gatling. He made some plays, most of them early in the game. All in all, not enough. Not enough. The Rattlers will tune some things up, work on some things during the week, and see what they can do against the Duke City Gladiators. That's 1 week from tonight. Kickoff next Saturday in that matchup, 6:05 p.m. Come on out to the Footprint Center. Enjoy some great Arizona Rattlers football. Dale, there's our kickoff to the season right there, and I look forward to working all season long with you.
I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to bigger and better nights from these Arizona Rattlers. Kevin Guy will not let them rest on their laurels from years past.
No question about it. I want to thank our entire broadcast crew. They are led by our director, Bob Hammond, our technical director and producer, that is Derek Simmons. Big thank you as well goes out to our camera operators like Jim Hartman and Joey Mascaro. Thank you, Joey making his debut tonight with the team. And down on the field to Drake. Chris Drake working camera for us. Big thank you as well to our intrepid sideline reporter, Sandy Charles. And of course, up here in the booth, Dale Hellestrate. For the entire crew, Floyd Simmons, thanking you for joining us. Remember that those of you watching on the WTSM TV streaming channel, you got that post-game show coming up in a moment. For the rest of you, we'll see you next week on the IFL's YouTube channel. Until then, good night, everybody. From Phoenix, Arizona, where Tucson has defeated the Arizona Rattlers 54-48. God bless you. We'll see you next week.